Do you want to be a part of the CoCo community? Sure, we all do. So join this free weekly live talk show to find out how easy it is to watch at home and learn about your color computer. At the CoCoNation, more than 9 million men and women have participated in the community without setting foot outside their homes. And now at home in your spare time, you can see what's happening, or even join the discussion. Choose from any one of these segments: panel intros, project updates, acquisitions, CoCo thoughts, featured interviews and events, the Game On Challenge, news, Ron's Garage, CoCo commercials, show coverage, panel goodbyes, or you can join one of our extra shows. You can choose from the Game On Challenge Live or CoCo Tech. Join the CoCoNation right now.
Click the link for the free information TJB Chris spoke about. Then decide if you want to watch the CoCoNation Live Show, the world's leading live weekly talk show featuring the Tandy Color computer, its siblings, cousins, and red-headed stepchildren. Visit thecoconation.com. There is no obligation and no salesman will visit you. Visit thecoconation.com.
The CoCoNation show is an unscripted, live, and interactive broadcast. Anything can and will happen. The views and opinions expressed by members of the panel and the live audience are their own, and not necessarily those of the CoCoNation show, its sponsors, affiliates, or subsidiaries. Open minds are encouraged, and a sense of humor is recommended. Thank you for being a part of the CoCoNation.
Radio Shack? Okay.
What?
The 80s called.
Welcome to the CoCoNation, the world's first live and interactive talk show featuring the Tandy color computer and its hardware cousins.
Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the CoCoNation show, episode 435. How did I end up in the center square?
Must have paid the engineer or something. Oh, wait a minute.
Proper
you-
planning.
One more person for you to be a true center square.
Oh, you know what? It was a 10-minute reboot that computer had to do.
Yep.
Let's see. Now I'm going to be doing a lot of coughing today. On the panel so far, we have Marco.
Hey, how'd I get number one? Glad to be here, by the way.
I don't know, then Frederick Micro Hobbyist.
Hello, hello. I've been having a few issues with operating systems, and I can't work on my project because of it. But I'm getting there.
Mm.
We all have operating system problems.
That's why I use 25 different operating systems. One's bound to work.
Right?
But the Coco never lets you down.
Nope.
Let's see. Next over, we got Ron Deluxe.
Hey, and you know what? These things, whoops, over here. They boot quick.
Mm-hmm. And if anything goes wrong, there's a button for that.
Ooh, he has Dungeons up there by Kieran.
Yep.
Oh,
That's a cool game, by the way.
That
I
is
got one
a
of his
good-looking
cassettes.
game.
It is. I ordered
On
one
the
of his
next-
cassettes.
On the next row, we have Rick Euland.
I've been training my aliens. More on that later.
Oh,
And yours truly. Let's see. Next over, we got Bob Emery.
Oh, howdy. Welcome to the show.
And on the last row, we got Ken Waters.
Wow, just like my house, I got sent to the basement.
And the traveling roadshow, we have Wingnut.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
It's also in a basement.
Yeah, but his looks like it has beer.
Oh, a fun basement.
And a
I
pool
think there might
table.
be a poop in here.
Oh,
Oh, look who it is.
and helpers.
I give him a tour.
I think everything
It's
else.
also in a basement.
Okay, in the chat, we've got Wayne Campbell, Michael Zuffel, Julian Brown, Micro Hobbyist, Marco, Brian Blake, Daddy Burrito, Jim Rye, Peter Willard, Canadian Retro Things, 8 Bits in the Basement, Tom Eric Gunderson, Ken Wilmot, and Daddy Burrito. All right. And Curtis will be along after a little while once he pushes his Ford up the driveway.
Or hitchhikes home.
Doesn't he have a winch so he can like?
Right, just
Do
throw
what?
it out in front with a peg and pull himself up.
did you say wench or winch?
Winch? Yeah.
Oh,
well,
winch to push. Okay.
that the other one could work too, but I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
It was a joke, folks. It was a joke.
Use the wrong words and it gets prickly.
I'd never let my winch push.
No.
All right, let's see. Updates and acquisitions.
Oh,
Rick, what you
Curtis
got to
put a
show us
message
today?
there. Oh, Curtis just messaged the Ford still ain't running.
Ah, well, I ain't let him down yet because it's never picked him up. Damn.
Ah. Oh, well. What do you say? American made. Rick, you had something to show us today, didn't you?
Sure. So I've been messing with my my Trek game, and we're at this point now where I'm trying to make the aliens work right. So here's kind of the typical start of the game. We've got some aliens attacking other aliens because they were close at hand. For illustration, I am number one here, player one,
And this is as far as the warp engine can take it in one turn. So here's the kind of thing I'm coming up against. The TARDIS is obviously cheating because it's gone further than it can go in one turn. And I think I figured out it snuck out the top and it's sneaking in the bottom to get to its destination without covering too much ground. So anyway, this is the kind of thing I'm doing. The aliens are cheating. And I've got to make them stop. Then the other thing that I actually acquired something this week. It's labeled a Windows 95 keyboard from CompUSA.
Nice.
Ooh,
Woohoo.
new old stock. Nice.
But they lied. It's not a Windows 95 keyboard. What is
98.
it? It's a Windows 3.1 keyboard because it's got an AT connector on the end.
Oh,
Yeah, I just ran across
Which
one of
means
those adapters.
It will fit my Delmar 5.
Oh, nice.
And
Excellent.
work much better than my PC2 to AT to XT adapter chain that I used to have plugged into it. So very
That's
happy to
kinda
find this
hinky.
brand new
Win-win.
keyboard.
Where did you find it? Like
CompUSA.
neighborhood?
This was a Goodwill purchase. But yeah,
Ooh.
still in the box.
Goodwill.
wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Does the Nelmar know what to do with the extra keys, though?
I do not know what the Windows key would do there. Well, no, this doesn't even have a Windows key, does it? It's just
It might.
a clone of the old
102.
IBM.
Yeah, 101 key. Yeah.
I see
Yeah,
you
but
got the
that's-
instructions too on how to use it. With
Oh,
came
oh
with it.
yeah, how to use it and everything. But the thing is, when you use the adapter chains, it doesn't always work right.
Mm.
The Delmar, and especially the Pupo/Puppo that has the AT key, the stuff XT interface. Sometimes the XT/AT switchable boards don't work. You know, the adapters don't always work. So it's nice to have a native XT keyboard again that I can plug into all these things. So it's
Cool.
actually quite the find, you know, because I know
Yeah.
that will work because it doesn't do it doesn't do AT, it doesn't do PS2. It's just an XT keyboard. It's gonna act like that. So
Perfect.
that's my win for the week.
Right tool for the job.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have Goodwill here in Canada. We have like Value Village, but they never have anything interesting when it comes to computers and stuff like that.
Well, Goodwill's going that way. They don't sell computers anymore, and anything
Nope, they
valuable goes straight to their online store, not to their local stores. So you can't just rummage anymore.
Okay.
'Cause all
My
the
third
good
and
stuff's
fourth
gone.
Cocos. My third and fourth Cocos came from the Goodwill of Reno, Nevada.
Oh yeah, score.
Wow.
Wow, the
30
only thing I
bucks
ever
plus
find in
shipping.
my Goodwill is CD players and toasters.
No, this was their
Yeah,
online
lots of
stuff, but
those.
Yeah.
I bought two model 102s for $1 a piece.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a score.
They were $20, you know, and then I had to wait till the discount day, and it was
Right.
$1 a piece. Yeah.
Plus your senior
$2.
discount.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
Nobody knew what they were, so nobody bought it.
Right. Well, that's the only values you'll find at Goodwill anymore. No one knows what it is. So if you like really weird
Yeah.
stuff, go to Goodwill, rummage around, you might find it. You know?
I did
if you
find
want-
a set of some white speakers not too long ago.
Powered?
Yeah, these little Labtecs.
The Labtec. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember those.
Yeah,
Are those the kind that have you can put batteries in them too?
yeah, I have to because this one uses a negative center.
Oh, and you're gonna have to get out your soldering iron if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and flip that
gotta
over, but it was
cut
still
the power
new.
supply.
It was still new in box,
In the box. Ooh,
wrapped
1990s
up,
air.
and
What a catch.
and the
It's
cord
strange
was,
and it's amazing if you find something that's still in that original plastic bag, even if it's not sealed, it's just kind of folded over and taped shut. The plastic's all still new. It hasn't gotten brittle, you know. It hasn't. It's amazing what just folded over a little plastic bag will keep that new old stock new.
Yep.
But you know it's genuine because the cords ate little grooves into the
Oh, and the
plastic.
plastic where they crust
Mhm.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they fold up the cords and shoved them inside the battery compartment.
I always, oh yeah, I remember when they did that. I also wondered why manufacturers always put their cords in the separate little plastic bag, and now we all know. They
All right.
Sinclair.
Oh.
Ken, you look so serious today.
All right.
Right.
Do we have any more project updates?
Cat's happy.
All righty. In that case,
See, Mark B, it's time you train your cats.
yeah. Right now, I'm gonna have to train this one. Don't be under my wheels if I roll.
That's usually a self-correcting problem.
Yeah, he'll learn quick enough.
All right. Shall we go on to the high score challenge?
Game on challenge, sure.
Yeah, game on challenge.
Yeah, okay, sure. Why not?
Use the
I guess I'm
Canadians
here.
we got. Let's go.
He's still awake, so. And yes, I did find the video at 11 o'clock this morning, an hour before showtime.
Sweet.
Well, I usually upload it around 9 right now because I don't get home Friday nights until about 2 in the morning. So I do the video in the mornings now.
It must be taking a while to upload.
Well, that's 9 o'clock my time,
Yeah, so that's
which is 2 hours before showtime.
11 hour. Yeah, so that was 11 o'clock my time. So yeah, okay.
Welcome everybody to the CoCoNation Game On Challenge of the Week results video. This week we played Space Assault. We had a total of 19 players. We had Frederick with 1370, Mark B 2850, Lee Perkins 3100, Retro Rick 3360, Kieran 3480, Mark O 3660, Jim Rye 4660, Ed Rhodes, 5400. Coconut Bob, 5580. Mike Zweifel, 6000. Doug V 4850, 6150. Shenley, 6440. Canadian Retro Things, 7380. Paul Shoemaker, 8280. Rich N, 8310. Richard Godekin, 8480. Sloopy Malibu, 9620. Dr. Ted, 13,640. And this week's number one score belongs to Tasman with 20,540. Thanks everybody that played. We'll see you again next week.
Yay, and the CoCoNation salutes Tasman.
Salute. All right, so Space Assault. Surprisingly, I'm not sure if I was missing it, but I couldn't find a review for this in Rainbow, which I thought because it was a very early cartridge game that they would have, but they did have a lot of reviews of Space Invaders games, but the only one I found was the 80s US Journal from June of 1983. And in that one, it's just their big 19 game review thing, so they only write a paragraph for each thing. So basically just Space Assault, Space Invaders replica, the more challenging than the original. And then it ranks it down here in a list. It was $29.95 price. The numbers at the top all correspond to something that Curtis very kindly put into his review thing here that I have. So column 1 is whether it's enjoyable. So I'm assuming G means good. 2 is graphics, and E I'm going to guess is excellent. Sound is good. That's column 3. 4 is how fun is it? Good. 5 is the number of players. 1, 6 is the complexity. That's a good. And joystick or keyboard, it's a joystick game. So that's the only review I could find.
That is surprising
see-
because it was a early clone. So
Yeah. I did scour a bunch of the Rainbow stuff. I even looked through their alphabetical stuff and that's in the back of the index that I have, and
like the main Rainbow Index thing.
Yeah, could not find anything. I found lots of Space Invaders and other space games, but no Space Ambush.
I actually like that game.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, some people say the controls are loosey-goosey, but that was part of the charm. You could move much faster than arcade Space Invaders.
Exactly.
Sorry, Mark, I stepped over you. Go ahead and repeat.
Yeah, I don't have the thumb-eye coordination I used to have, so.
Yeah, Ken, you actually picked a good one.
Oh my God, it's a Sloopy.
Yeah.
He snuck in here.
Well, this is the game on with Ken and Sloopy.
Yeah, but it says that you're wingnut, and you're sitting in wingnut's chair.
That is an issue. Yes.
Is the body somewhere on the side of the floor or what?
I don't think that's even wingnut's chair.
No,
Well, that's where wingnut was at the start.
This is Shenleys dungeon. Yeah, we're at Wingnut and I are at Shenley's place.
Ah.
Now I know where we need to have the next party.
This place is awesome. Except for the Commodore 64 over there, it's great.
Nah.
Well, something's got to hold up the windowsill. So,
yeah,
you're gonna break out in a rash.
That's what the Timex is for.
The old
the Timex is the new MC10.
Yeah, that's why I keep them in the box.
He's got an MC10. He's over there. He's got a Model 3 over there. He has a Coco 1 there. Coco 3 here. An Atari 7800 over there.
The only thing we're missing is an address.
Number 13.
We'll all be over after the show.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember.
Unless, of course, Brian gets there before us.
Can I invite all the guys from the CoCoNation to come over?
Crash the party?
He said y'all can come over.
Although I think Ron's gonna have to dig out his driveway first.
You should have them come on camera and say hi is what you should do.
He's right there.
He did sneak on the background earlier.
We'll give still turning things up here.
Yeah. Well, we're still doing the game on.
All right.
We like the mood lighting.
All right. Well,
yeah, I mean, it's everything. You got everything. All the good stuff, the bad stuff.
And everything in between.
And everything in between. You just don't have a foosball table.
No, not enough room.
Sure there is. I've got one in my basement.
You lower it from the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just drop it right on top of the pool table.
Right over there.
All right. Anyway, getting back to the game on.
Asparagus.
Squirrel.
Too late.
So Space Assault, definitely, a good version of Space Invaders. As Curtis said, controls are a little loosey-goosey, so either people like that or they don't like it. And I'm definitely in the camp of liking it.
It does move quickly. I mean, there's so many games that are just laggy. It's like, it's like this, is like dip, dip, dip. Oh wow, okay, got
It's like, oh, I got to get out of the way of that shot.
Yeah, once you figure out that the position of your joystick relatively on the horizontal is where your ship will appear on the screen, though it does have to move there, it's not instantaneous, then it's actually quite easy to control. I found.
It's quite quick too.
Yeah. I definitely found that I followed the same way that I play the other Space Invaders games. I kind of just sneak my ship in right beside, usually to the right, I guess to the right of a shield. and I just start shooting up from there. So then I get some cover from the guys shooting down at me for at least a little bit.
And it recharges pretty rapidly. So yeah, you can take out a line of them usually if you get in the right spot. You just bing, 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 and you take out the whole column.
Yeah, one thing I did notice is that invaders, your bullet has to be perfectly aligned with the bullet coming down to shoot it. In this one, you can be 1 pixel off and still get it.
Either side.
Yeah. And of course, who can forget the incredible alien farting sounds as you hit them? That's probably the highlight of the game, I think.
Yeah.
Pop the whoopee cushion.
I missed that.
Or as somebody else said, it sounded like ducks quacking in space.
Howard the Duck, maybe.
The duck was doing what?
Quacking.
Someone
That duck is quackers.
Someone stepped on a duck?
Right? Quack.
Only in
Or shot it. Somebody shot a duck in space.
Oh, that
Now, I
poor
know
duck.
we were officially playing on beginner. Did anybody try it on expert where you could have no shields, but you can move up and down a bit?
No, but it'd be worth trying.
I briefly did, and yeah, I just died.
Yeah,
it's like every. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
On the expert, every ship on the screen shoots all at once. So.
Oh, jeez.
That's fun.
Yeah, you got to
It's
kind of
just a
sneak off
head-
the side and to pick a couple off, back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth, back and forth, and pick them off in vertical rolls.
It's a what did they call those games? Bullet hell game.
Yeah.
Rain of fire.
It's actually a very early version of bullet hell games.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is like when I started a game, I had to pay attention to where my joystick was located. Otherwise, it would just send me zooming back across the field and into bullets going down. And I had to worry about this at the start of a game and also when I was starting a new level.
Yep. Got to pull the joystick back to the left or whatever. So it start where you expect it will.
But yeah, I guess does anybody else have tips or tricks for this game?
This is one of the games that actually I think the Black Beauty is one of the best joysticks to use, because even the Deluxe is a little bit too much motion, too awkward to get those fine-tuned controls. The best I ever played it on was a Black Beauty, one of the aluminum top ones where the top had snapped off. So they basically became a thumbstick. That worked great. I don't recommend breaking your joystick to do that, though. I did it by accident.
They break on their own, so.
Yeah.
I use a Joy high-res switcher, so I have one Black Beauty and one Deluxe, and then I also have my mouse PS2 a mouse adapter, so I can switch back and forth. And yeah, I found the Black Beauty the easiest one to use. It just zip, 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 zip.
I found that
Everybody has Deluxe.
I found that my paddle was the best to use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did try the trackball. Like I didn't get a chance to play it for this week here, but I have played with the Waco trackball before, and I thought that would be really good on it. Actually, it's not, because trying to get a precise stop is much more difficult with the trackball.
Oh, you can fly across the screen though. Just.
Now I was going to ask Ken and Rick here. Did you guys try it with an electronic book and see how that would work? Because you have a few positions you can get in there, right?
No, I did not.
You only get the 6 spaces, so yeah.
Presets.
Well, it's better than having the digital sticks on a converter, because you just get left, center, right. That's all you get.
Yeah, 3 spaces. Yeah, we have twice as many.
Except on the electronic book, they're not exactly in order, so you gotta figure out.
Yeah, you have to know it's yeah.
You'd have to like make little
1,
icons of like what relative position. If you hit this button, it'll go to type thing.
What is it? 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, or something like that. It's goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like the game. When I first got my Coco, I couldn't afford cartridges, so I just typed in basic programs and left the machine on for 2 weeks because it didn't have cassette either. Then Dwayne Downing, a local here, he went and bought Polaris and Space Salt, and I bought Skiing and Project Nebula, and we kept swapping cartridges back and forth, and all 4 were really good. But Space Salt, yeah, we finally had a Space Invaders, and it was faster than the arcade.
Yeah. Now, the other game that we played this week was what the heck was the name of it?
Guardian.
Guardian. Yeah. So that's an interesting one. I mean, on the surface, it's a really, really good clone of Defender.
Yeah.
The hitboxes, however,
It's guarding the hitboxes with jealousy. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So.
We try.
and
Yep.
I don't know
breakout.
if it was my imagination or no, or what, but it definitely seemed to me that the hitboxes seemed to be a little bit random on each one where exactly it was. So it seems like I would shoot one spot on one alien, it would destroy it, and I'd shoot another alien in exactly the same spot, and it wouldn't. I'd have to
I am
move up or
wondering.
down a
I'm
little
not.
bit.
I'm wondering, but I'm not sure. Is it based on the color of the pixel you hit with the alien?
I don't know.
Because that's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, it was just badly designed hitboxes. But I'm wondering if maybe he's checking for a certain color that the shot hits.
And I did notice that also that MAME seems to have broken it. It doesn't run on MAME anymore.
Oh,
Somebody
really?
was talking about.
Bug report to Timbo Tech.
I'm not sure who had said that, but I read
What
it in one
exactly
of the
was it doing?
comments.
Was it displaying it wrong, or would lock it up, or what was happening?
I just let me see here. Also, it doesn't play properly on the Coco 3 with the Gimme X that's supposed to support SG24.
That's because it's using an expanded version of SG24.
Yeah,
It's not
I
pure
know.
SG24. So
Yeah, but then yeah, Retro Rick here said it doesn't display in MAME either, no matter what Coco mode you use.
now it used to, because that's how I got my screenshots on my site was MAME. So something did break. I don't know when.
So who was it? That was Richard Godekin that tried it with a Gimme X. So yeah, it's because it's a special SG24 that's not normal.
Yeah, it's got the expanded number of bytes per line, not 32 like the regular SG24.
Hey, Curtis, did you forget to upload the news summaries?
Yeah, probably. Why?
Yes.
Just wondering. No
Wait a minute.
problem.
News is not
them after
important
the
here.
show.
We are talking games. Come on.
Right. Well, and he remembered to show up, so that's something.
Good choice, Ken. I love the game.
I should probably explain why I'm late. It involved cats. Marc should be familiar with this. I was over at Judy's place and got up, had breakfast. I was totally on time, and then found out that one of the cats had peed on both of my shoes. And that was the only pair of shoes I had there, so I had to try to wash them out in a hurry and spray stuff in because the urine smell was horrible. And
Ooh,
so I came back home in wet shoes.
So somebody
Let
does
me
not
see.
like you.
Yeah,
I
apparently.
think the proper response to that is ha ha.
I'm sure that's what I don't even know which cat did it because I didn't witness it because she has two cats. I'm not sure which one did it.
The one that
Trail cameras are for. Yeah, the one that's always glaring at you. That'd be the one.
Well, they both do that, so I'm not sure which one to pick.
Right.
It's just
What's
like you guys in the
sneakiest
panel.
one? Yeah.
One's passive aggressive, the other's actively aggressive.
So you held your shoes up and said, "Is this
Maybe they
urine?"
tag teamed.
Yeah, one of each.
One peed in each shoe.
Shoe, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, 'cause I cleaned the bottoms of the shoes off, and that was
Now-
okay. But then I went to go tie my shoes, and the shoelaces, all of them are wet.
So Curtis, we have this really good stuff here in the States called Kids and Pets, and it has like enzymes that break stuff down and use it all the time for things.
Yeah, there's
Really-
one like that. I think Judy has as well. I don't have it here, but I was kind of trying to rush. So
A little last project, but
So with Guardian, yeah, I don't know what kind of tips and tricks there is. You just have to try and figure out where to shoot the aliens. Definitely, I know a lot of people didn't know on the live game on Challenge, but the spacebar is your smart bomb. So
yeah, otherwise it's joystick controls, correct?
yes. Oh, that was another interesting thing. We were having a problem because a lot of people were playing it on the online XROAR because it doesn't work properly on VCC.
Yeah, I was using the
and nobody could figure out how to get an actual joystick working on the online XROAR. So, Kieran, if you're listening, how in the heck do you get an actual joystick? Because it shows it joystick 0. It'll list your joystick, but then there's no way to select that for what you want to play with.
But it works on the standalone XROAR.
Yeah. As long as you put in a Coco 1 or 2
Yeah.
ROM.
Yeah.
Is there
ROM
a
for
help that you can?
Yeah, it's called Kieran.
Yeah, he does have a manual. If you download it, but
Yeah.
oh, actually not for the online one though, because the online
Not
one's
for
a
the online, I
different,
don't think.
little different animal.
Yeah, it's JavaScript, I think.
That's the last resort, is to look up something like that. If you have a person you can talk to, it's much better.
I don't understand this. Look up, read a manual. What?
Read.
Oh, 60's in the chat now. He said probably the best usable one. There's one that gives you one line of 16 bytes mirrored, then a line of 30. Oh, I think he's talking about the mode.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. It might work on the version on my site. I remember looking at it. But the archive copy of XROAR might be older than the one he's got on his own site, because he has his own XROAR online on his direct site. So
Well, I mean, the game
we
runs
might have
fine.
to-
I mean, I just use the keyboard controls on the like I use a joystick, map
keyboard
keys to the joystick. Yeah. So it works fine if you do that. So I just use the WASD and O and P.
That's why I was
Ken,
thinking. Really?
What's up with the screen colors, by the way?
What's up with what screen colors?
Well, I noticed that some of the posted screenshots are like black with white green characters, and then others are different. Maybe different games, or maybe it's Space Assault versus Guardian.
Well, Space Assault is kind of got that light green with dark green lettering.
Right.
And well, and then some people have it. Yeah, Guardian has two different color sets depending on what you run it as. I noticed that on the show. There's a couple different colors being played depending on what emulator you're using, or
Right. I was playing on a T1 CoCo 2.
I think you already said that.
Okay. I might have more questions later.
Okay. I probably won't have any answers.
I do
Anyway.
notice that on that second game.
Yeah, Guardian.
On the
Or
archive.
Space Assault.
I think it's
Guardian's the second one.
Dang it! Now I'm gonna have to look. Which I can't do very well because icons are underneath the zoom. There was a fix program on the
Guardian.
Okay, so when you ran it, it changed some palettes. Like instead of being, it's like it gave you inverse text and lowercase.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
the
if you're
Guardian
using-
one's supposed to load
They give
in
you-
the binary and then run the basic program to relocate it and patch some stuff.
Yeah. And so if you didn't run the patch, it still ran, but you had different colors, different looks.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That could be why the people were having different colors.
This was different colors than Guardian, or?
Yeah. When we look at the live game on challenge, you can see that some people had different screen colors. But I mean, I'm used to that with CoCo's, depending on what phase you started in.
Yeah, but some of your
that's what I
graphics
figured
shouldn't
it
be.
was.
It should be the same.
Should be, but
Like if you're
Also,
doing
if
if you're
you-
doing an old style 4-color game or something like that, and you have the RGB composite set wrong on the CoCo 3, you'll get totally different colors, of course, because they're
Yeah,
generated
or the-
differently.
that's the
But
other
this
thing,
doesn't
if
play in a
you-
CoCo 3, so it should be the same.
should be, but
Though Kieran does mention the colors on the T1 VDG is slightly different. That's true, because there's an extra orange on the original VDG that's eliminated on the T1.
Oh, that might be the difference. I'll notice. We were playing Guardian for another week, so.
yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not worried about the colors. I'm gonna accept. I accept scores of all color.
Actually,
I'll
when you
grab
bring
my
up the live thing, I'd like to see some of those ones side by side, see what seems to be the difference.
Oh, right. T1 versus normal.
That's the only thing I
pretty
can think of.
sure.
I think Kieran's right.
All
That's the
right,
only thing
well-
that should be different.
I guess. Is
So mine
Sloopy
also
around?
is going through a SCART upscaler and then being captured.
Oh no, Sloopy's become a Shenley. How?
That's right.
I guess Shenley's got to talk about the live game on challenge.
Is he qualified?
Interesting.
He's muted right now, I think, though.
You're muted.
Sloopy has become a Shenley, and they're both named Wingnut.
And they're both mimes.
Yeah. He wants you to talk about the game on live. You want me to talk about the game on challenge live?
I absolutely do. This is your
Or
part
you
of the
can let
show. It's your
Shenley
time
do
to
it.
shine, man. It's your time to shine. That's this one.
Live from Shenleys. It's the CoCoNation Game On Challenge Live. That's it. Sure. Where I just challenged Shenley to kaboom.
Yeah, I
See
guess the
my
big
dining room?
difference with the Guardians here, Curtis, you can see sometimes you're getting the really bright green background on the screen there, and sometimes you're getting this reversed.
That is weird.
All right.
And sometimes you get
It should be the dark green background from playing on an actual Coco one.
And so if you ran that fixed program, you get the lighter green with the inverse.
You ran the what program?
There's
program.
a basic program that's a Guardian fix. If you run that after you've loaded it, then you get the bright green screen with the inverse. Whereas if you don't, you get the dark screen.
I don't know.
Huh.
I
I
started
wonder what the
talking.
Guardian Fix program does. I've never heard of that.
They
It's
just
just
started
a bunch of pokes.
I'm not even a real boy.
Take it away, Sloopy.
Normal ammo. Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Hi.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've been
yeah.
hearing you the whole time.
No, we can't hear you.
You were just ignoring me.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Thanks. Okay, let's see here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people playing this week. There were a couple people missing, but I'm not going to name names, but I might be looking at 1 or 2. So
sorry.
Yeah, you too, Frederick. But yeah, fun was had by all, and yeah, I mean, the majority of the people played the games. Even Coconut Bob played the game, so we must have had 2 good games this week.
Well, mostly he did switch near the end.
Yeah, but still, I mean, for him, that's a ringing endorsement. So, but yeah, it was the language was pretty low shelf bread items. We didn't have to get into the poutine and such.
Well, unless you're talking about the hit boxes in Guardian, and so there might have been some.
Yeah, there was a few poutines and maybe a couple waffles. So, but yeah, it was a pretty good show. I'm hoping to see even more people this Saturday or this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Coco Discord. It's easy to do. You never played that one? Yeah. So, okay, where was I in that? In my, sorry, the pointer in my head of what I was talking about just got null. Garbage collection went through and boom.
Poof.
Got a whole bunch of null pointers. Okay. So join us next Thursday, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific on the Coco Discord. Yes, that we said that. I know. I'm just reiterating it to remind my brain, and then maybe it'll continue to work. And come play with us. And you ask, what will we be playing? Well, we will be playing Guardian for another week. And we will also be playing. Hey, Ken, what are we going to be playing else?
Oh, was I supposed to choose a new game? I thought that was you're going to do that this week.
Okay, then I'll choose a new game.
Oh no, I think I got something up my sleeve. I don't trust you. I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say, and no.
Why?
We're
What do you
good.
think you say?
Oh, I don't know. Are we gonna play one of the many versions of some Nick Marentes game?
No, actually, I would say Detroit.
But since we've already played that, that's not eligible anymore.
Well, we haven't technically played all the versions.
Actually, I was going to say let's play Kaboom.
Kaboom. We don't have a Kaboom. That's Atari 2600.
Yeah, I know. I just played. You know how I try to beat you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was playing Shenley and Kaboom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can't even keep up.
yeah. We're not even gonna. I mean, we're not even gonna mention it.
Well, okay, so the game that we are going to be playing for the next 2 weeks is one that you definitely have to read the manual for because it's got a few different control things.
Unlike
no, Ron.
That you'll have to know.
Yeah, Kaboom's
And,
easy. Left and right.
I think everybody should recognize this right off the bat. It's
Drum roll, please. Oh. Karate something?
A DICOM one.
Karate.
For fighting.
Yep.
Karata. Ah,
That is Karate
open hand.
by
Wax on,
DICOM.
wax off.
So, yeah, it just uses, unlike the arcade game where you have twin stick joysticks, this one just uses one joystick with many different clock positions and the fire button.
Hey, don't we know that guy? Dave Dies.
I believe we do.
Yeah,
don't we know him? Yeah.
So where do you usually play when you're playing? Here.
So that will be our game for the next 2 weeks. I haven't heard, Curtis didn't even guess. Jeez.
I said it was a DICOM game. I didn't want to let
Oh,
somebody
yeah, I
else
guess.
guess it.
Yeah, that's fine. Just teach her. Yeah.
This is the one when we interviewed Dave Dyes. There was some hidden code left over that we're going to try to make Karate a 2-player over to the modem game, but he never got it to work. But he left some of the code in.
If we didn't have the rods in it, then how would we?
So there we go. That is maybe a job for one of our coding people to see if they could get that working.
Yeah.
Disassemble the program and see if they can get it working over.
And so we can get to work on DriveWire or with a network card.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all.
Okay.
P-Day.
I got nothing else.
They ready for the tour?
Yeah. Well, they're going to do commercials now.
We are.
How do you know?
Because they always do commercial. It's
Why?
so
We
wrong.
don't need a commercial. Curtis is going to do the news. We're all going to be asleep in 5 minutes anyway.
He's a
Ron's
professional.
supposed to go. Ron's supposed to go to the bathroom, and we're supposed to have a commercial.
Yeah, we got to pay the bills anyway.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Or when?
Hello, everyone. It's your good buddy, your good pal, Amigo Aaron, joined by that dastardly The Brent from ARG Presents.
You're watching CoCoNation.
I feel like that should have been longer.
The CoCoNation show would like to thank the following patrons. AC's 8-Bit Zone, Alex Gare, Alan Huffman, Barry Tompkinson, Boysen Tech, Brendan Donnie, Brian Walsh, Brian Weasler, Karen Askham, Coconut Bob, Daddy Burrito, David Ladd, Derek Smithson, Diego BF109, Don Barber, Eric Canales, Frederick Segard, Glenn Hewlett, Graham Wabke, Grant Leedy, Henry Gernhardt, Henry Strickland, Jason Warrens, Jeffrey Drywater, Jim Mullis, Justin Larson, Ken Reichard, Kevin Holloway, Michael Hill, Patrick Euland, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, R. Allen Murphy, Richard Harding, Rob Inman, Rocky Hill, Steve Bateson, Terry Trapp, TJB Chris, Tom C, Tom Gunderson, Tom S, William Athing. Thank you so much, patrons. If you would like to support the CoCoNation show, sign up at patreon.thecoconation.com.
Hey everyone, I'm TJB Chris, and I'm watching the CoCoNation live show, and so are you. And probably shouldn't be pointing that thing at you. Enjoy!
Welcome to everybody's favorite segment, Who's New to Discord?
I'm sorry, Dave. 404 error, page not found. The preceding bios were edited for time. Thanks to Boysentech, Frederick Micro Hobbyist Sigard, Glenside Computer Club, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, Tandy Color Computer 3, Wingnut 2626, and the CoCoNation patrons for boosting the server. Please consider joining Discord and visiting the welcome section to read these bios in full and see what the community has to offer. Just go to discord.thecoconation.com.
See you on Discord.
Okay. All right, so next up, let's go take a visit over to Shenley's house.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are up.
And you probably want to swap cameras to the front view. There we go. There you go. All right.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice setup.
Yeah, that is.
Take your right hand.
Hey, Wingnut.
Hey. Go like this way. So they...
That's a TI 994A, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That
With
monitor
the later
sure looks
ones.
like one.
Back bit. What do you think?
Atari something XL, it looks like 600 maybe.
And it looks like it has the speech and sound thing on the side. The one
On the side of it, yeah.
You can spell it.
Good voice.
I mean, what TI didn't have that?
Hold on, let me get past
Mine.
Wingnut. Yeah, this is the 800 XL with
Oh, yeah,
the
XL.
FujiNet.
Yep.
And the old school
Coco One.
original
It's like probably an F board. Doesn't have the RAM label on it.
with another back bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Commodore 64,
Mm-hmm.
old school IEC. And here's a live shot of Sloopy killing in Kaboom. That's 2600 Junior with plus cart. Is it Junior? Not Junior.
What's your arcade
700. I forget what I got. A couple of arcade machines that keep blowing the breakers,
Oh,
so they're off.
RoboCop.
Model
Model
3
with 2 drives.
the latest addition to the collection. 7800 plus. Little
MC10.
All the associated
library.
games. Old Vectrex, it still works.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Enter the Faraday cage?
Camera don't.
Big screen.
You got too far away
Old
from the
projector,
Wi-Fi.
so it's a little washed out.
Turn one computer off and
Okay.
you'll get your
Back
power
to
back.
video. Yes.
Am I losing you?
Yeah, you
went-
totally
yeah.
lost us for about
No.
10, 15 seconds there.
That's Sloopy's phone, not me.
Oh, okay.
Blame
And,
Sloopy, like usual.
Custom MAME cabinet.
You know, if your wife doesn't catch you, you can run a couple of those arcade cabinets off of one dryer plug.
Yeah.
Yep. Magazine. This is the literature section over here. Magazines and
So organized.
Beverages.
He has an actual library with shelves.
Donkey Kong candy. Here's my Odyssey 2 autographed by Ralph Baer.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's
He
wow.
died a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Luckily, I met him before he did.
Yeah, man, he was inventing stuff till the end. 98 years old and still making things.
And then I met the Activision guys, which are now Odyssey guys. And I got autographs from all of those guys too.
Nice.
Here's where I do my Game On Challenge from right here. My Coco 3 with MP, MPI.
Deluxe joystick. You know,
And-
Mr. Bear, the company he worked for was actually a military contractor, and he developed the Odyssey system just as a side thing. And it's like, we're
Correct,
not going to
yeah.
build this. So they licensed it out.
In fact, he when he signed the Odyssey 2, he says, I didn't like this machine because I had nothing to do with it. He only designed the Odyssey 1.
Original. Yep.
Yeah, and that came out what 72?
Yeah, it was like one of the very first ones you could buy.
The flashback section. Most of them. I'm probably missing a few, but I don't know.
You almost got a museum here. You should start charging entry fee.
Especially to Sloopy.
Well, there's a pool table.
That's payment for his crappy phone.
Yeah, there's your pool table. If you had it lifted it up, you could put the.
Well, you
food
got to
stall.
figure out the RFI is in watts per meter in this place.
There's the old school Wii on another projector,
Mm-hmm.
which is over here, hiding away in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But this has 2 terabyte hard drive with about 250 games on it.
So it looks like you have the entire basement here.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Only a few more here. This is Evercade
consoles. These
400 milli
these are Raspberry Pi ribbon.
Retro Freak.
Mm-hmm.
64 mini Atari Game Station on a little monitor here.
Yeah, we'd like an inventory by next week, please.
We'd like admission.
And then this
A big
is
20?
the mini section.
Ah,
Plus the Commodore
look at the
Maxi.
PS1. You look at the PS1 there.
Oh, that's a
PS1
PS3.
I'm talking
That
about
guy.
the top shelf.
Yeah,
Top
that's
shelf
the
on
mini PlayStation.
Yeah. And Nintendo Entertainment System Mini.
And here's the real Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then more games over here. These are mostly Xbox, PS2 games.
Do you have a guitar and amp somewhere?
What's that?
Do you have a guitar and amp somewhere?
No, just Guitar Hero. There you go.
Oh, there's some drums and stuff. Yeah.
And then this is an old school Xbox right there, which is running through its screensaver.
Projector TV.
Yeah, man.
PS2 with a 16 terabyte hard drive in it.
Oh, and I bet his electric meter's spinning so fast it's about to take flight.
Right? He's already used the Blair dryer plug trip. We know.
GameCube there. And here's the Rock Band collection of all the instruments.
Guitars.
Wow.
I think you need to finish that inside wall there.
There's more.
Yeah, one of these days.
Nah, you got a little more space if you leave the spaces between the studs open.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Then coming down to the basement, it's all covered with
Exit.
posts.
Nice.
Exit to the exit of the grotto.
Yeah. Back to reality.
Oh man.
Gotta say, I'm jealous.
Do you stay
Yeah.
home from work?
Just like I say, I want admission. I'll come give you a couple bucks, come in and hang out for a
Yeah.
little while. Right?
Yeah.
Me too.
You're ever in New Jersey area, come on by.
So
Oh,
I'm curious. You don't have any like water heater, heating system, washer dryer, none of that's downstairs?
yeah, we passed by the water heater.
Oh, I'm just surprised. That's usually what you see in basements, and I'm just like,
Oh,
wow,
it's
this is
in
like
the side room. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did want to
must
show
be.
you this. This is a actual NHRA dragster tire, which I made into a table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one tire.
Yeah,
Looks
just
like a stack of tires. It's one tire.
and it's got a mini ZX81. I mean ZX81.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, here's the water heater.
Oh, there's the water heater.
Yeah. I use it to show off the boxes, though.
Storage.
Yeah.
Hey, even Adrian's digital basement's got a water heater.
Yeah.
What's the password?
Right.
All right.
It's a good sized basement.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it's big.
You know,
And
a
it's
couple of
got
days ago
high
we
clearance.
had the electric company come out and take the meter out and put a new one in, and so we were off for 20 seconds or so, and we had to go discover everything we had to reset. You know.
Oh, right.
Clock.
Because you're in Arizona, the power never goes out because there is no weather. So
Yeah, that's right.
gotcha.
All right, that was the tour. Anything you guys else? Anything else you want to see?
Street address and when are you gone?
What's your hours? What's your hours of operation?
Brian's outside with his semi.
Yeah,
Right?
come on. Hit me up on Discord. Doors open.
Yeah, make sure you lock your doors when you park out front.
Right?
Not necessary. But
That's a very, very cool setup. That is museum level.
It is.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. I can show you. I got some Tandy signs here. Hold on. Since we're on the Tandy show.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, I remember that one.
That's like a thin recreation of the magazine, I guess, or the catalog.
Okay.
And then there's you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
So you're not married, are you?
Yeah, she's very accommodating.
She stays upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, board games too.
All this old stuff terrifies her. Ooh, Tetris board game and Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Board games of computer games in your computer room. That's meta.
Of course.
Do you have a soldering iron?
Yep. You want to see that area?
Yeah, where's your
Oh, he has an area.
Station? Well, of course, he's got a desk for everything else.
And I automated the lights in this area, so.
Oh, you walk in. Woo!
You walk
Oh,
in
we
with-
got a new wing.
There we
When's
go.
Curtis, you probably shouldn't watch this part. It may burst into flames just from you looking
Yeah,
at it.
PTSD is starting to kick in now. So
Right?
Wow.
You start to twitch a little. There it is.
It's a whole section.
That's the soldering collection there.
Mm-hmm. Got a whole workbench.
Nice. I'm a novice at soldering, not as bad as Curtis, but I get the job done. It doesn't look too good, but it works.
Have you checked your water heater to make sure it doesn't have any problems, like it's not old or anything?
What's that?
Have you seen
Leakage.
The water heater.
It's very
Leakage,
pretty.
Bursting.
It was replaced about 3 years ago, so.
No, that's
Yes,
good.
it's very
That's the-
pretty. Yes.
That's the
It's
worst
very-
thing
how
to
many-
have go on you when you're all set up like that.
How
Oh,
many
yeah.
square feet do you have in your basement? I mean, it is big.
it's huge.
Right?
I mean, there's people who live in apartments that are way smaller.
And there's a
than the basement.
walkout door. I mean, give me a break.
How many square feet is your house?
I don't know, 2,400 or
36?
something.
A bunch. Yeah.
Does that include the basement?
3 houses. Yeah.
They
Does the
don't include
2,400 include the basement?
Well, no, you get that 3 times. You get the basement level, the house level.
And the second story.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
No, they're talking about.
Where's your bed?
Yeah, sometimes I'll
Oh,
sleep.
they
it
let
off.
him upstairs for sleeping.
There's
All
a roll-out bed right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's for,
Fold out
yeah.
head.
Good place. So
This
this
is
is
awesome.
Yeah, I
hockey
think your
video
basement's-
game collection.
Where's your refrigerator?
Oh, we passed
Upstairs.
on that before too. These are all hockey video games.
For various
All right.
systems.
A wall of hockey games. Oh, a podium of hockey games.
Yeah.
Oh,
No pucks. There they are.
there's
Plenty
the
of-
pucks.
There they are.
Yeah, I saw New Jersey Devils go by there.
Because you know, if you really get mad, a puck is a good thing to throw.
I got more pucks up here too.
He's really pucking around.
Yep.
I had to go to the doctor because I had some Gretzky on my arm.
Yeah, well, you don't give a puck.
It happens.
Is your Pokemon collection close by?
No, I'm not into Pokemon, but pucks.
There's the
pucks-
fridge.
there's the
Basement fridge. Everyone needs a basement fridge just like that.
Yeah.
A little
We
bit
don't want to
empty.
see what's in there because
Beer.
is there a body in there?
There's
And it's one light and a couple of Stella.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
Looks like there might be schnapps or something in the back.
No Bud Light, huh?
No.
Hi, Ron.
Hello.
Woo!
I can't hide today. You know what I mean? I can't disappear. Somebody's got.
So you could have people living in your basement that you've never seen in a while.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, he's got, you know, the caretaker and yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me give the tour.
Thanks for the tour. That's a mighty
nice.
impressive.
Yeah, thank you for giving us one.
Setup. Holy cow!
We now all have something to aspire for.
If you're in the New Jersey area, please contact.
Oh wait, I just thought of something else here. Hold on.
There's a second house in the back there.
Yeah, we forgot the second level of the basement.
Yeah.
This is
You
just
got
the foyer.
Floppy drives and floppy disks. This is my collection of floppies from when I was a kid.
Nice.
Which
You
system?
saved them.
Which
This is all
systems?
Coco. All Coco.
All Coco. Okay, got it.
Awesome.
And the miracle of floppies, they're probably all still readable.
Yep.
If there's
I-
no mold, they probably still work.
Yeah, most of mine do.
There's
Mine
about
too.
2 or 3 that I bought.
2 or 3 you bought, eh?
That's better than some of us did back in the day.
Right, right. You had 2 or 3 anyway.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks again for the
Alright.
tour.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Okay.
And welcome, Nick.
Oh, don't let anyone in.
Hello.
Did you catch the tour, Nick, before you came on, or?
Yeah. Which fest was that?
Right?
Exactly.
Actually, I'm
basement
curious
is it
about.
he's asking.
Oh, there's one question I had with it when I saw the Coco one. What was that cartridge he had on the side?
Oh,
Back bit.
yeah, that's one of my prized possessions, back bit. So you put the SD card in the top of it, and it will come with various adapters. I have, I don't know, 10 of them or so,
Okay.
and they're for all the different systems. So this will plug into the cartridge, and then boom, you have a new cart for each different system.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Coco SDC, but it's meant to run multiple systems at once with adapters, so you can actually use the same base hardware on all your systems.
Yeah, so I swap between all the systems. Right now, it's in the Coco One and the TI.
But all the stuff on that table could. Okay.
Right.
So if you have multiple
Got a
retro
red one?
machines here and you want to just buy a couple of ST adapters rather than individual ones for every single one, that's a nice way to do it.
If we're still going, I recently was able to meet David Crane, Gary Kitchen, John
Activision.
All the Activision guys started a Audacity company with new games.
Nice.
Cool. So I got all their games autographed.
Don't be breaking things, dang it.
I had them autographed.
You break it, you bought it.
By the way, Exile in Paradise asks in the chat, when is Shenley Fest happening?
Yeah.
No joke. I want to come. Now he's breaking more stuff. Look at that.
Yeah. Now it's
Throw
good.
everything on the floor. Just break it all off.
Yeah, I'm up for a Shenley Fest. Let's do it.
So if you get a new system, you have to decide which one gets moved over or put down for a while, and then you put that in. How does that work?
Yeah, well, that's
Well,
why
he
I
adds on a wing.
folding table, because I just ran out of room.
Oh, that's why the folding table. Okay, this is the overflow.
But yeah, I have Coco 2 sitting over here on the floor.
Oh, next folding table coming up.
I would love to have room for that, but I think it's a little extra with the Coco 1 and the Coco 3.
Well, you can swap the Coco 1 with it.
Put a folding table on top of the folding table, and then you have a sitting desk and a standing desk, and you have twice as much room. There you go.
You need a rack. A vertical go up. You got space above everything.
The HDMI from AC's 8-bit zone, and it's so sharp. So that's why I'm never going to take this one out.
Okay.
Nice. Do you ever think of having a central sound system with inputs or outputs, or however you want to say it,
oh my
to
God,
each system, so you don't have to have a separate?
Yeah, well, I have.
You
have it turned down right now.
I thought about that myself.
Oh, here's the music corner. Unfortunately, the phone's outside of range in the music corner.
Did I lose you again?
You'd have to run a small sound mixer so you could have multiple systems playing.
Yeah, well, I have all the old consoles up there go through the sound system when they're on. None of them are on right now because we're watching you guys.
I'm pretty sure if you stuck a diode in the air, you could probably get 2-3 amps straight off.
So does your wife allow you to have one laptop upstairs?
Well, I'm in IT, so I have about 4 laptops and
right.
A server with 240 terabytes of storage. And
so you have another room upstairs, one of the bedrooms you use for your work?
No, I have an office for that, but yeah,
the serious computing is in the office. This is just
the hobby stuff.
This is the hobby area.
And wingnut is low bandwidth because you just wiped him out with all of your awesome.
Are there hotels nearby? Maybe we can have Coco Fest there.
Yeah, we can all stop by his house. Take tours.
Well, we were talking about Shenley Fest earlier, so
we can make that happen. Wingnut's still awake.
Yeah, he's not leaving.
No, I wouldn't.
He puts his hand up for another beer.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, well, run the credits.
No, we got other people.
Oh.
All right. You ready, Curtis?
I was wondering, what is Bob Emery doing? Did you guys talk about the beginning of the show? He's been live something hardware.
Yeah, he's been doing something, but he ain't explaining it, and we're afraid to ask. So
he was black screen for a while, but I guess that was his table.
I don't know if he's around at the moment. He's muted, but I was just kind of curious, what is he working on?
Well, there was a Coco there for a while.
Off looking for a sharper knife, I'm guessing. That's what it's on screen.
What are we seeing now on his screen?
I think he took apart one of those boxes that you used to
HDMI box.
Yeah, the HDMI box. Exactly.
Right.
That's what
that's what that is.
Okay.
SCART converter.
And he broke his X-Acto knife, so he needs a fresh tip.
Well,
Sorry, I was AFK there for a bit.
Oh, HDMI box. Yeah, the HDMI box. Exactly. That's what that is.
Yeah, start to HDMI converter.
It's exactly
Echoes. Desktop echoes.
Yeah, something's echoing back. I'm not sure what.
Oh yeah, I've got my phone playing. I forgot because I was away. I had to go to the other room. Anyway, yeah, I've got a SCART to HDMI converter here that I've taken out of the box, and I'm going to do the modification to install it inside a color computer 2 or 3.
Cool. By the way, if you could only see this picture when you bought these boxes, you would know which one to get. Because
Yes.
this is the one to get.
So if you want,
because they put a different one in the same box.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't look like this, it won't work.
so apparently if it's marked UK, CA, I don't know if that means United Kingdom or whatever, or why that would matter. But this is the one that does not work, and this is the one that
Okay.
works. Every one that I have that works is marked like this.
Oh,
and
all we
every
see
one
is
I've seen
your
like
desk.
this.
All we see is the one lone one on the desk there.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
this
you're
is my
if
stupid
you're showing
capture
things,
device
we
is
aren't
freezing
seeing
up.
it.
If it's UKDW, it's don't work.
Right. Cool. But how do you know which one you're getting? Because they always show the same stock photo of the same box. And sometimes you get the good one and sometimes you don't.
There. That HDMI capture keeps freezing up on me. So this is the UK CA marking that is not compatible.
Okay.
And this is the one that is compatible. It's just marked CE. There's a CE marking here.
Well, right. That's just
But yeah,
approved
if
in Europe, but
it has the UK CA mark, this is not compatible with our RGB.
okay.
Is that a
So-
C or a K? It's like UK. Oh, I see. UK. Sorry, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, new certification
top
that
to
they
bottom.
and whatever they did to make that certification broke us.
Yeah. And on the inside, they're different. You can see you've got
Yeah,
the 3.
I've seen that. I never noticed the UKCA thing,
Yeah.
but I have seen the.
That's the marking on the outside of the case that might be what we
tells
need,
you.
to get the right one first.
Yeah, but the trouble is Amazon just keeps using the same stock photo.
Yeah, they just use stock
Yeah.
photos on everything except for me. They won't accept any of my stock stuff. I have to.
Yeah, and you can't exactly send a photo to the vendor and ask them, hey,
Is this the?
yeah, would be nice. But yeah,
Well, now we know
basically-
what to return right away without having
Yeah.
to bother to take it out and test it and blah blah blah. Just
hook up 12.
Then
Can you
right
actually
back.
use the UK one for something? I mean, is it
I'm
a
not
complete
sure.
loss?
I don't know if it's looking for, it might be looking for YUV, it might be looking for something completely different. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows what specification they're meeting with the new version that the old version didn't, but it's bad for us.
Well, which is the new version?
The one that doesn't say UKCA.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that came for years, and now you might get this other one, in which case you should send it back.
Yeah. And at least when you contact the vendor after you know it doesn't work, you know what to tell them.
Right.
Well, how much are those?
About 20 or 30 bucks.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
they're dirt cheap.
Yeah, I got
And
2
the-
of them. Both of mine work.
Kind of nice thing about
be-
these is they're not like pixel perfect. So people who don't like the too perfect HDMI output, these are still a little bit grainy. So it's almost like a TV.
It's retro compatible.
Sure. It might be froze again.
By the way, Julian Brown in the chat is saying some of these CE logos are actually meant to mean Chinese export.
I bet if the font is wrong, then it's not really a CE logo. It's just a Chinese export logo. or something stupid like that.
Right.
Or like they have a town that's called USA.
Yeah,
So they can say made in USA.
Product of USA.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna remove the SCART connector, the power connector, and these two audio jacks.
Oh, you're gonna
couple of
raw
buttons.
dog this bad boy.
Pretty much, yep.
Didn't that one down.
Fly wires.
Well, no one will know it's in there. You just plug the monitor in and it works.
Yeah. I'll bet you that could have been made a little smaller, huh?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, look at the spacings around that main chip and consider those run at a 45-degree angle probably to get a little more gap. And
if they put
you need
components
all
on both
that
sides,
space. And yeah, you need all that space to sort of spread things. It's
a lot of traces there.
It's just complicated. Yeah, you can only get so skinny with traces. And notice they're running them at 45s to get a little more
Might be
space
heat issues
between
too
them.
if you put everything too close together. So
Yeah, and then induction.
or you have to. Or you have to
And
go
so
with a
there's
thicker layer board
grounds,
that puts
but
stuff on the bottom.
how many layers is this board? Who knows? Quite a few, you know.
Could be 6, 8.
So there's all kinds of diagonals going underneath the ground plane on the top and the ground plane on the bottom that are just. It's
by the way,
complicated.
Julian Brown is saying that CE is Chinese export is not a joke. It's what a bunch of Chinese manufacturers called it to justify copying the CE logo.
Yes, I'm honestly, I'm saying they changed the font a little bit, and CE now means Chinese export, not. I don't even remember what CE means anymore, but the European
Wasn't
certified
it consumer
logo.
electronics? I may be
I don't-
mistaken.
I don't remember exactly what CE means exactly, but yeah, they if you change the logo slightly, it's not the same, and so that's legal. Even though if I look at it, I see CE and think, it's the normal CE logo.
Well, at least it doesn't say YD, Yankee Die.
Well, product of USA, like. Yeah. $20, you get what you get. USA, that would be $100 part, easy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, even with tariffs. Cheaper.
Yeah, there's more coming November 1st or something I heard.
Probably. Oh, I do have one other little thing that I got recently. I should say several things. A little audio amplifier, little mono, and of course my video is frozen.
Yep. This is what you got forever and ever.
Okay.
Oh, huh.
So there's 7 audio amplifiers in my hand.
Cool. With its own little cap and things. So
wow.
Which up amp is it?
I don't even know.
Which one has the mega bass on it?
But it's a mono.
Mono.
It's a mono
nice little
class
mono
D.
amp. So you snap them off 2x2 side by side, and you're good to go.
Well, Coco's regular output's only mono anyway, so.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
Send us a link so you can buy them in quantity.
Yeah, I got these off of AliExpress, and I think they were 30 cents a piece. I have put one inside a Coco 2, and it sounds
Where's
quite
AliExpress
reasonable.
located?
It's
Everywhere in China.
Right.
Sounds like Alibaba, like
It's
Well,
the
yeah,
Chinese-
same
Middle
thing.
East somewhere.
Yeah.
It's the Chinese Amazon.
I like that. Just snap off how many you need a quad amp, snap off 4 of them.
And then let's see. Yeah, I got one inside here. Of course, my video's frozen again. Deactivate, activate. Yeah. Listen out. So here's
Speaker
one
out.
already hooked up. Yep.
Nice.
Speaker from a little monitor that I salvaged.
So that keyboard's for playing in the dark?
You can, yes. I have no problem using
No
this
letters
keyboard.
on it.
somehow I'm able to use it without any problems.
Oh, really?
I don't do programming on it, but I can game on it just fine.
Where's shift at?
So that's where you learn how to touch type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You did it. Well, you know, if those
Just
turn
so
yellow,
in-
you can clean them all without losing your lettering because there isn't any.
There is none.
Yeah.
Also, if he wants to switch to a Zerti or Dvorak, it doesn't matter.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you could
as
say
long as you
whatever you
memorize
want.
it, you can use it.
Yeah, you could take a picture of it and say what it's one, and then take another picture and say it's another one.
You can sell it for double the price and call it the universal keyboard.
Yeah.
So yeah, this little amplifier, that you could put one of those inside an MC10 pretty easy.
Oh yeah.
Have a built-in.
We have to
sound.
actually turn it down when you turn it on.
It's not very loud. It says it's 5 watts. The speaker says it's 2 watts. I don't know what it's actually producing.
Right. It's like,
but
well, 5 watts peak
Yeah.
input power, which is like 0.5 watts RMS.
yeah. I just hooked it straight up to the Coco sound, and it sounds just
Makes enough noise for a little speaker,
low,
right?
It's a nice low volume. If I was trying to sleep, it might be too loud.
Okay.
But if I'm sitting there gaming, it's just about perfect.
So if you just want to tack a speaker onto your
Yeah.
line out, this is the thing.
And if you need a volume control, you can just attenuate the input.
So that doesn't have any power, right? It works through the lines in and lines out.
No, it hooks up to 5 volts
Oh, it does?
ground and audio. There's 3 wires to connect it to the computer and 2 wires to connect the speaker.
Okay.
This is.
Do you
3.
have Bluetooth on your Coco yet?
I have, yes.
Yes, he does.
This is a Bluetooth cassette receiver.
Oh, nice.
Just more of these little AliExpress modules. I actually built one of these modules into my Coco 3 Plus, so I can connect one of my old cell phones to it and do cassette loads.
No wires.
No
Nice.
wires. I can't save.
Right, you're just saving
you know,
Bluetooth. You're sending Bluetooth sound, and the Coco
Yeah.
grabs it. Nice.
But that just kind of plugs right in.
So that's a thing that should be sold.
Yeah. That takes 5 volts also, so probably just run a coin cell out or 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So after you put all your enhancements on your Coco 3 Plus, does it weigh under 10 pounds?
Yeah, it weighs less than it did with the transformer in there.
Oh, right. Once that's gone, you got
a lot of room to add back before you catch up.
Plus the RF cans out too. So.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Removed
So
all
it's
the
not
dead
like on a
weight.
diet.
So as much interference as ever, but we don't care because
So when you plug a ROM pack in, the Coco's heavy on one side.
oh, right.
You can see how I have hooked up the whole amplifier here. You got your 5 volts, your ground, and these are test points on the motherboard. And just, I think I put a 1K resistor on there.
One of these days we'll have to see the BE Coco that has all of these things added to it.
This is the other
Kind
thing
of
I
built
had
in
to-
and without all the fly wires and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I did put a capacitor across the audio input to ground because it was a little bit of, I guess, digital noise on there. So that
Right.
filters it out nicely. Just like a 1 microfarad.
Right, just clipping off the edges of the
Mm-hmm.
So when you do stuff like that and you're actually losing some energy, right? So can't you capture that energy and use it somewhere else?
Probably not.
Yeah, I knew.
It's called heat. Yes. Everything we
mean-
waste becomes heat, and then you put the cocoa cooler on top.
You
to
capture
blow
that
air.
energy. Yeah, you capture that energy with your toes in the wintertime.
Exactly.
So this was the other thing I was working on earlier, which
That looks like my T1 Coco too.
it is
Right.
actually a T1. Has no salt chip and no DAC. But I have it also has the RF modulator removed, which I have it over here. I just
Bob's got a big box full of RF modulators in the corners.
Were you thinking
He
of
sells them-
putting the
sells them in
Coco
bulk.
2 in the Coco 3?
No.
Oh,
I have a Coco 2 here that I was kind of working on, but this motherboard was sent to me to remove specifically the salt chip and the DAC. So I removed those and sent them to the person that needed them, and now
It's
I
a
have a
scraps.
spare T1.
So was this a dead Coco then that they were getting
No,
parts
it-
from? Or?
It actually worked.
Huh.
So why wouldn't they just use the modern replacements we've got now from Pedro?
They probably will at some point. I don't know. He built his own Athena board and he wanted to use the original chips. So
Oh, okay.
that's what he wanted to
Fair
do.
enough. Yeah.
So this
they're
is
on
a-
eBay
a-
for $70.
right. I put my little breakout board on here. And I've got the 8-pin header. Got an extra wire running to it for audio. Or the RGB to HDMI with the built-in audio module now. So this is a custom, I actually sanded the sides off of this. I put a 8-pin socket on here so that I could do audio, and I cut one side out so that I can actually plug in a 10-pin header directly or an 8-pin header. Just for maximum flexibility. Going out to an RGB to HDMI. I'm kind of figuring out how to do these cables now that they've added 2 more pins.
You do nice quality work, I must say.
Thank you.
Yep. Very tidy.
So are you
Kind of
doing
my-
quite a few of these custom mods for people then, Bob? Or are you still doing a lot of your own designs? Or
Yeah, a lot of one-off type of stuff. So I've still actually got to send out a couple of turbo LED boards that somebody's requested. I'm actually doing this. And my video's frozen again. I'm actually doing this HDMI SCART board for somebody. I'm gonna basically make them a kit so that they can install one inside their own Coco 3. And then I have just last week, or this past week, I ordered some new boards from JLC PCB. So I'm looking forward to announcing my new, I guess, little project board that this might turn into a product that a lot of people will be interested in. I've mentioned it before, but I'm not going to mention it too much right now until I get the boards in hand.
You should turn your audio up just a little bit.
Oh yeah. Talking to the wrong mic.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I've got a little order from JLC PCB that should be here in the next couple of weeks, and something I've mentioned before, but I've actually pulled the trigger on some boards, and hopefully they'll work. Knock on wood. Kind of an untested design, but it's something that everybody that's used a color computer for gaming will appreciate.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. All right. Shall we go into news?
Do a quick commercial break first.
Okie dokie. Here we go.
Hey, Amy. Hey, Taylor. We're watching the CoCoNation show. Yeah, we are. Woo! You should too.
Future Vision Research is your source for FujiNet platforms, including the FujiNet for Tandy color computers. The FujiNet cartridge supports CoCo models 1, 2, and 3 and comes with HDB-DOS DriveWire 3. Load files from SD card or connect to Wi-Fi and load files over the internet or your local Windows, Mac, and Linux computers. Applications from the FujiNet team allow you to follow news from all over the world, catch up on Mastodon messages, and even track the International Space Station. For more information and to purchase your own FujiNet devices, visit fvresearch.com.
In a world where RGB produces black and white video, one cable can make a difference. Switcheroo. CoCo3SCARTcable.com.
When you want the latest in TRS-80, Tandy, Dragon, MC-10, and all of their hardware cousins, no matter what it takes, or where news breaks, from around the world to your nation. The CoCoNation News with L Curtis Boyle.
Okay, so first off, this is continuing on from last week. So Julian Brown was kind of teasing a motherboard design that he'd put up and was asking people to try to guess what it was. And over the course of the week, he gave some more clues. The first one here is one of those, and then he revealed what it was. So, as he mentions here, after the chat on the CoCoNation last night, it's clear that a snapshot of a PCB layout wasn't enough as to what my current design project is about. Hopefully more people can get it now. And he actually put up some schematic stuff here, which I would zoom up normally, but since he's kind of revealed already since then what it is. Did any of you guys figure it out? What it was? Then we took some guesses last week.
Nope.
The dragon?
Never saw his post, so.
Oh, okay. So anyway, it got revealed. He said the finished design is all very tongue-in-cheek for anyone mad enough, but it should actually work. And it's basically a C64 duplicate motherboard that fits in the Dragon case that he's challenged to design by somebody else. So,
So now can you stack them one over the other and have a C64
yeah, just switch
CoCo
between
switch?
them. Maybe a Fujinet connecting them. You can play both at the same time.
Right, right.
And they did one final one. He said, a final piece of the puzzle converts my reproduction Dragon keyboard to C64 compatible keyboard scans. So this will actually adapt a Dragon 64 keyboard, which is actually a very good quality keyboard to work as on the C64 board. So interesting little teasing of that. Hopefully it gets back to some actual Dragon stuff now. Next up that, CoCoTown has returned with another video, and this time it's a deep dive into how artifact colors and NTSC work, including the Coco. And he's even got some outtakes at the end. But he gets deep into how the whole Chroma, Luma, and how they made it backwards compatible with black and white TV. So if you've ever wondered about all the details of artifact colors, which the Apple II has, which the Coco uses, it's a really good deep dive into it. So I'll play a little bit of the intro here where he kind of explains what he's going to be explaining. And there's a little bit of the history of NTSC and adding the color without breaking backwards compatibility with the black and white TVs.
It's a very good video,
This is a
actually.
basic program running on a TRS-80 color computer. It's using the high-resolution graphics screen. But something strange is going on. This graphics mode is documented as having only 2 colors, black and white. So where did that reddish orange and blue come from? Soon I'll show how I did this, and if you don't already know the trick, it's weird. When I was a kid, I discovered these perplexing colors when I was writing my own basic games. I didn't write these, but they took full advantage of these undocumented colors. Does this look black and white to you? And then there's the other mystery. Hit the reset button or power the CoCo off and on, and the reddish orange and blue colors might swap. If these extra colors are intentional, then why did the documentation gaslight us? And why would they force you to hit the reset button to switch the colors around? But then again, if they were accidental, how is it that they are so easy and clear to generate? These questions plagued my young mind. Back then there was no internet to look up information, no YouTube videos with extremely good-looking hosts to explain things. But that all changes now. Join me on this journey as I make sense of everything that confused me back then. We will go over the key concepts in NTSC color, some early microcomputer history featuring the pioneering Apple II, and illustrate exactly what's going on step by step. In the process, I encounter a third question I didn't even know I had, and the answer kind of blew my mind.
And for the details of that, you'll have to go watch the video. And was with all the
It's
news
a very-
stories. Go ahead.
It's a very good video, actually. It's one of the best explanations of artifact colors. So
Yeah,
I was
I agree.
very impressed with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well presented and very easy to follow.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But like all of our news stories, you can get the details in the show notes on the CoCo Discord, in the news channel, under the CoCoNation section. And I did upload them a little bit later after Marc reminded me. So they should be there ready to get. Next up is a rather interesting project that was announced on the archive World of Dragon org forums. And that is a guy named Ben North, which he goes by his handle Ben North, which is nice because some of the times I have no idea who we're talking about. But he posted that he was actually disassembling and commenting Ken Kalish's old classic game Invader's Revenge, which was originally done for Med Systems on the CoCo in mid-82 and was a fairly early release in the Dragon. And he notes some interesting programming tricks, some seemingly unused variables that are in the code, and even an unused alien graphic. Like it looks like there was another ship that was supposed to be in there, but never made it to the final game, but the graphic data is still there. And he's got the details here, and he's got some comments on it, etc. Yeah, then he did something. Now, you guys, he did this kind of a duplication of it with some slight modifications because it's higher res for a pitch IDE, PYTCH, which is a Python IDE, I'm guessing. Have you guys, any of you guys on the panel here, used this before or in the chat?
No.
Because pitch is not one I've heard of. So basically the article here, and you can see the original microdeal artwork for it. Here's the original CoCo game itself, or Dragon game. And this is one I actually, we purchased locally here. We actually had a legal copy with the club. And this is pitch version here, which is actually is a little bit more detailed because the resolution's higher. So he's kind of smoothed out the alien saucer compared to the much simpler version here, lower res, because this is like 128 by 96, and this is like 480 by 360 or something. He tells you a little bit later. And then he goes through and explains how he's doing the assembly, which tools he used to do it. Some of his observations, this is where it gets interesting. So there's actually not even a pseudo-random number generator here. It's actually a deterministic logic. So there's no random generation at all for how the aliens come out. Interleave code and data, that was quite common, I think, with a lot of the Deck B games, because you could shorten indexing offsets and speed things up if you have stuff kind of interleaved where you needed it, as opposed to putting all that in one chunk of the code and then moving all the code somewhere else. We had to use 16-bit offsets. Fine grained movement for the player ship. So the player ship moves at just a couple pixels at a time. So he actually has a couple different bitmaps for the player ship at different positions. But the aliens are all moved in full byte chunks, so it's 4 pixels at a time. System stack stuff, it's just pretty standard stuff using a pull S, with registers comma PC to pull the thing off, or to return to the calling subroutine without having to do an RTS instruction. That just saves cycles and bytes. Unused variables, yeah, a lot of things I think have this because people tried a few things and then that didn't work, so they took the code out, but they left the RMBs in there for the reserving the room for them. Unused graphics though, this was kind of fun. So the graphics here, you can see the 1,000-point alien ship and the 100-point alien ship, which are in the game now. But there's this other one here that actually never gets referenced. It looks like a shorter alien. So I don't know if Ken had plans for another, like a 3rd point value or something. But that was kind of interesting that he found that, because I wasn't expecting that.
Well, Space Invaders did have 3 different aliens. So maybe the plan was to have 3 aliens. And in the end, he only put 2 in.
Yeah. He did collision detection, not by the positions of it. He also just basically, he masks the background and the foreground of the bullet together and then detects by color result whether or not it actually does a collision or not. And because the aliens are blue and red, it's basically just checking the high bit if it's on or off when it matches, and then you hit it. It's kind of a cool way of doing things.
And that may have been why he went to 2 aliens instead of 3.
Yep. Very much so.
Oh,
Except this
right.
is based on color. So, I mean, if the color of the alien was still blue or red, it should have still worked. Except maybe detecting, which point value to assign it. Timekeeping with delays or sounds. He said each update usually ends with a do-nothing delay loop, which gets shorter as the game gets more points, speeding the game up. When the sound effects playing, bit bang in the audio output serves a dual purpose of creating the delay, so the do-nothing loop is skipped. The sound effects have to match the dynamic delay, so the sound effects get more frantic as the game speeds up. And this is especially noticeable. There's a bug, actually, I commented back to him on. The keyboard parsing for what speed level you want to play 1 to 3 actually allows the R key, which is to reset the game. So I think he has a generic keyboard routine to check for what keys are allowed. And I'm guessing for 1 to 3, you probably use the ASCII value, like 30 to 33 hex, and use that as the time delay for his do-nothing loop. Well, if you hit R, which is like an ASCII letter way the hell past that, is number-wise, the game slows down tremendously. But every time you hit something or an explosion happens, you can hear the sound effects incredibly elongated, but at the same pitch. Instead of hearing like, you'd actually hear doot, 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 doot. So you can actually hear every single individual note that's being played to make the little sound effects. And that's I always found that fascinating. And he actually talks about that a little bit later. Like he was trying to figure out how the sound effects works, and he basically just ended up sampling it for the Python version. Iteration over arrays, looping and sequencing split over updates. Partially written single joystick mode. So there's some logic in there for using a joystick mode. And the game itself normally is keyboard controlled or a joystick for single player, but there's checks for the second joystick. So he's kind of speculating, was Ken maybe originally thinking of making this a head-to-head 2-player game at some point? That'd be another interesting thing to do with Invaders Revenge, I think. And legal opcode is actually in there. That actually does get called. A new slot for Defender explosion data. And a large chunk of memory in the middle of the cassette file that's not used at all. 602 bytes in a row, never used. So I don't know, maybe he was trying to get some other features like the 2-player, the 3rd alien, and maybe just you figured out, once you got all the code and the data and everything else for that, it might have gone past the 16K, because this is a game he wanted to run in 16K CoCo back in the day and wouldn't require 32 or 64. Because you could sell a lot more with 16K CoCos back in the 1982-83 range. So that may be why, I'm not sure. And he explains how he did the reverse engineering and how he used the tools to do it, and then how he did his support to pitch. The resolution changes. Here's where he's talking about the original graphics of 120 by 96. Here's the expanded ones for 480 by 360. And then he just captured the sound and resynthesized it. If he'd known that little trick, he probably could have figured out the actual exact pitches and done it with an algorithmic method. And he actually made a special hardware controller that his little machine here actually plays. So you actually have almost an arcade style red ball joystick and the whole shebang. I thought that was cool. It's running on a Pi 5. And then if you want, you can actually go take a look at his actual disassembled source code for it. I can remember there's a link to it directly somewhere here. And he actually color codes some of the code too, so you can kind of figure out what it's doing. Here's an example here. There we go. So here's like the setup. He does in kind of a pink background color. The org statement, he's got kind of a bluish green color, and then he's got the actual code in yellow, and then he's got data in gray or bluish, depending on the type of data is. And, you know, really good labels, these comments, everything to explain exactly what the code's doing. So this is one of the ones that we don't have the actual original source code by the original author, but this is a fairly decent disassembly of it. So if anybody wanted to take Invader's Revenge and, you know, port it to another system or maybe do some tweaks to it, including some of the ones that looks like Ken was actually going to try on his own, but just never, you know, completed the final game. Here's a good start, I have to say. So big thanks to Ben for doing all the work on that. I know how long it takes to do assemblies and comment code from Doom Nitrous 9. It's a bit of a chore, but I'm glad he did it. Next up, George Jansen actually returned with a couple of videos that he did this week. And one is basically a little Halloween screen. It's nothing too fancy with it. And the source code for this, I think he's put the source code up on his channel on the Coco Discord already for both of the projects that he's mentioning this week. The first one, of course, is because it's Halloween. And I will see if I can find the full animation version. At the beginning, he's just got the static version. Then he explains some of the code. And then just show a bit of the animation. Because he basically used routines he's used before just to make a quick little Halloween thing.
And we will run it. There's our image. And the letters stuff that, like I said, I did for lesson 18. Just manipulating the various letters around. Get them all on the screen. And it will flash that last that register that the letters are in to change colors. That's it. Just something to share. I'll put a disc out there that has the programs on. There's no source code. You can figure out how to do it yourself.
Yeah, and this image he actually just took off the web from somewhere, converted it down from probably a 256 color GIF or PNG or JPEG or whatever it was, but. Nice, cute one. If you want to have something running on the old Coco screen during Halloween, stick it on the window like I used to do back in the day when I did my little Halloween program. Here's another one you can put in. The second one he did was a prime numbers demo. So he decided, and I guess he had done this back in the 80s and he'd lost all the code to that. So he kind of decided to revisit and rewrite it from scratch. And basically he was doing a algorithm both in BASIC and in machine language to see how fast it could figure out prime numbers. And of course, the machine language one is a heck of a lot faster than the basic one. But this one, he goes into a bit of detail on how the code works and everything else. So this is more of a tutorial style thing. And then at the end, he kind of shows you what the two different languages do as far as speed wise.
The enter key here and see if we can get a timer on this. Okay, we've got it going. It'll stop at 200. You probably don't need the timer. You can tell the speed just by looking at it when you see this in the assembly language program. This should take about 20 seconds. Hit stop when it gets there. 20.3 seconds, which is very, very consistent with what I've had in the past. So that was the basic program. Now let's load up the other one.
And this is 609 code, so no 609 code. If you're doing prime numbers up to 32,767, you probably use the div command to really speed it up.
All right, we'll start at 2 and we'll end at 200. Okay, we'll clear this timer out. And we'll try to get this going here at the same time. Now, 1.8 seconds. That's pretty consistent. It's always been about 1.8 between that and 2 seconds. So we had 20 seconds on the basic program and 1.8 seconds on the assembly language program. So
yeah, so an order of magnitude faster. And I'm sure if you went and optimized it a bit more, you could probably even get faster than that. But that one, I think he did include the source code on the disk image. Once again, on the Coco Discord, he's got his own channel there. Next time, this isn't strictly Coco related, but it is Tandy related. And since Tandy wasn't too long ago, I thought it was pretty cool. And Nick, you might want to chime in on this one. So
Yeah,
a person
I've
named
got
Jules
one.
Ambrosi, whom I don't know, I don't think I've seen him before, but he's got a picture of this Tandy Electronics truck, like an old
Yep,
style one, but
I've
it's
got
actually
one.
an Australian one. Yeah, you got one of these too?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's being sold or given out or whatever by Tandy. Tandy. Well, our stores were called Tandy Electronics, and yeah, that was given out by Tandy itself, and I had one.
So what
Now,
kind of
Go ahead, Rick.
what kind of truck is it?
I don't know. I can't.
It looks like it's probably from the 30s or something, right?
It's like a Holden or something.
Or
You know,
20s
you're
even.
supposed to tell us.
Well, no, it's not a Holden, but I don't know what it is. It's I mean, we never had any vehicle like that down here.
Well, the other
but
question I had,
certainly-
Nick, for you, this is obviously an older style truck. Like this is literally like the 20s and 30s, somewhere on that time frame.
Yeah,
1920s,
yeah, so-
1930s. Was Tandy Electronics wouldn't have been in Australia at that time, would it?
Oh, this was in the 80s.
Yeah, when they gave it
Right,
away. But
so-
how long has Tandy Electronics been in Australia? Do you know?
What are they copying? Yeah.
They would have been in the from the mid 70s, early 70s or so. Yeah.
Yeah, so
They
this
definitely
never
were.
would have existed in real life because sometimes like Radio Shack put out trucks that were based on stuff like Radio Shack itself. I think started in the Boston area in the 20s, didn't it? As
Right.
electronics
So
kit,
this
and then
would
they
have
merged.
been appropriate in Boston. Some guy running around.
Yeah, or maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just picked
And they just
the-
threw it in
They just made
Australia.
an
and said,
Australian
yeah,
version of it, yeah.
These
That's
ain't
right,
selling
yeah.
here in the States here.
Because I don't
Yeah,
think Tandy
no.
bought Radio Shack until between the 40s and 60s or something, wasn't it?
Right. It was much
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
So it's kind of a historical piece that actually didn't exist. That's why I thought it was
Yeah.
kind of odd. That's why I thought maybe Nick might know some more details about it.
Yeah, I do
But it
have
looks-
that. I've got to dig it out.
So it opens and you can stash things inside, right?
I can't remember. I never really played with it.
It kind of looks like the
sure
top
looks-
roof part removes.
Yeah, it should just lever up and you can, put your cigarettes in it or whatever they did back then.
And of course, they're saying there over 400 stores. I think in Australia we ended up with about 700 before they left.
Okay.
So this would have been early 80s, I guess, or mid 80s maybe that this came out.
Yeah,
Well, you
I'm-
can
I'm-
tell by the logo. I mean, look at the lettering style. When did they start using that font?
That's that's 70s.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it could stretch a little later, but that's way
Oh, okay.
70s.
I thought it was a bit more modern font that they used in the 80s.
Well, it's the Radio Shack style font. You can tell by the A and the D with the circle.
Yeah, and that was their funky font that they ran here in the States. I guess it blurs over here in the States because the stores all kept the same sign for a while after, the official.
I thought the lettering was didn't have all the round bits in the late 70s. I thought the rounded look came in more in the 80s.
It was earlier here. Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were hip fast, man.
And what's that symbol on the door? Is that
That's the
used?
Intertan symbol, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I think we
Oh,
had that in
yeah.
Canada. Like our repair shops were Intertan, not Tandy.
Well, maybe it was a bit later in the 80s then.
Yeah, that definitely is the Intertan one because the repair shop here that used to be actually not too far
Mm.
from me had that symbol on their wall when you went to the repair shop.
So they took an old truck from Boston, a Tandy
Yeah.
Electronics from
It's a-
Australia, an Intertan sign, slapped them all
It's a
together.
mashup.
Yeah.
It's a mashup.
Well,
So-
Intertan was out of Canada, but it ran everything that wasn't U.S. So I mean,
That's
Intertan
right.
did UK, Europe, Australia. Yeah,
We had Intertan, but they were more in the late 80s.
yeah.
And you can open
And
the top.
Jules, is he an Australian? Like, where did he
I'm
get
guessing
this
he
car?
is, but I don't know. He said we visited. Oh yeah, he is. I thought it's actually nostalgia
yeah.
with you. We visited longtime friends in far north Queensland
North
at
Queensland, yeah.
Early Beach.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this guy who's retired basically just gave him this, from his collection.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were freebies.
Right.
From Tandy.
Yeah.
Like
Now, for the people in the States here, like I know they had some collectible things that Tandy put out there too. Did anybody remember a truck like this? Is it just a rebranded version for Australia, or is this something that was unique to Australia?
Did you guys have the inflatable Tandy beach balls?
Yes, in Canada we did for sure.
We had beach balls. Yes. I don't remember this truck. This is new. It's cool, but it's new to me.
I do know Tandy sold the semi-trailer truck ones with Tandy.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
haven't seen those. The Spectral Associates Christmas demo actually has that, animated on the screen for the Coco 3s. So that's cool bit of history there. Next up to that, we've got a 3-minute video by Z4RT4N, Zartan Coolboy style. Yeah. And basically, he's demonstrated his Coco 3 logging online before, but he's using, I think, the built-in RS-32 pack terminal program, which sucks. Let's be honest. It barely functions. So he actually got Sockmaster's Twilight terminal logged into an ANSI BBS with it. And this is like real dial-up with a real landline with a real phone too. So this is like really going hardcore old school. And I thought I'd play this. It's not too long. Please go give him some views yourself if you want to help him out. But it's pretty interesting, especially for those that never really got into the whole BBS scene back in the day. I think Canada, the States did it quite a bit, but Europe and Australia, I think, was quite expensive to do this kind of stuff. So a lot of people didn't get bothered.
Just a quick video. We got the Tandy Color Computer 3 online here. We're going to do that modem. I ordered and let's get a light on. So this is my multi-interface set on 4, 3, 2, 1. You can put different cartridges, cards in there, whatever, and switch to it. Anyways, I ordered this RS-232 card from Australia, and it finally came.
That's Ian Maverick.
And then I got that running from a 25-pin serial into this multi-modem. I am using the SDC CoCo card to use Twilight terminal. And we're slamming here. Look at that.
Yeah, full color, full ANSI. The only other program that does that is Roger Taylor's NetMate.
502 setup in here, so you can kind of switch between what you want to do. But look at that, King's Quest. Anyways, this is really nice. Really nice little setup here.
Yeah, I'll play the whole thing there, but you kind of get the idea. He goes through and shows off a little bit more of like what's on the BBS and stuff with the full ANSI character set. Some of the ANSI character set that was done for the Coco 3, the hardware stuff, we would just use the characters like the regular ASCII characters, and we could do the color, but we wouldn't see all the fancy IBM PC, line drawing and all that kind of stuff. And I think a few programs like KBCom could do it, but then you lost all the color because you only had like a 2 or 4 color mode. And Sockmaster did it with like flipping 3 screens with, pixel offsets in such a way that it would actually angle off to give really smooth characters. I think it was, Nick, you might remember 80 by 32 screen. So it was actually bigger than most PC monitors was at the time.
Yeah, didn't he? He increased the vertical res with this.
Yeah, 225. So we got 32 lines of text.
Yeah, it gave a VGA type display.
And it looked really awesome. It would run up to 9600 baud on the Bitbanger port, which was pretty well unheard of at the time, except for maybe VTerm, and then full 19.2 on the hardware RS-230 he's got here. He logged in at a slower speed, though, here, because he wanted to kind of show the graphics actually being drawn. But, yeah. And then, Ron, if you're still on, you've used NetMate, which is Roger Taylor's version of kind of doing the same thing.
Yep, it's a great thing.
Yeah, if I remember, though, Roger did a different approach. I think to get the full 16 colors of ANSI, I think he used the 320 mode, but he made the character set only 3 or 4 pixels wide. So you get much smaller characters width-wise, but you still get the full colors. And you don't get the shimmery effect that the page flipping that Talkmaster does.
Right.
And I think Ron's might even be a little bit faster, to be honest, because of that. But this is the kind of stuff I just love doing back in the day. How many on the panel here actually use BBSs regularly? Myself, I should certainly.
I did. And fun fact, notice that rotary dial phone there. My parents never paid for touch tone, but my modem could dial touch tone out of their line. So I would dial phone calls from my computer to pick up the handset and talk to folks.
Well, I try to remember the Hayes command said ATDT, that was dial tone.
Yeah.
And then there was ATD, something else did.
ATDP, yeah, it actually
Right,
would dial
pulse
pulse.
dial,
A lot
And you hope-
faster
you
than I
hope
could
to
wait
God
that
you're-
down and go. "Brrr."
Yeah, you hope to God you didn't have any nines or zeros in your phone number or a whole bunch of them because it would take
My
forever.
home phone number was 6878. It was kind of a
Slow.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that brings it back, that dial phone on top of a modem. Yep, I know how those work.
I like the fact he's got his multi-pack. He's got a CoCo SDC in slot 4, an R32 pack in slot 3, and it's slot 3, and then a real floppy controller. I think an FD5 with 2, judging by the way the cable comes out of the back top of it there for real floppy
right.
drive. So he's mixing retro and new.
Pick your mix, yeah.
Just needs a sound speech pack or an ORC90 up there or something, or hard drive.
Ethernet.
Next up, TRC Retro Programming. Haven't seen any videos from him in a bit here. He's been working on finishing up some of the basic games he's been working on. He's got a couple. He's got another couple that he wants to get back into. In fact, he might kind of do the switching between them because I think Nick does this as well. I know I do, where you kind of get a little bit burned out on a project, even if it's not quite done yet. So you switch to something else to keep your interest up. And then, a month or two later, you go back to the original project and try to finish it off. But in here, he's actually talking about using MS Notepad to edit the raw text files of basic programs. Because the modern editors have cut and paste and a bunch of other things that, CoCo Basic did not. And I know he hates the edit command. I personally did not mind it. I think it's just what you got used to because he was, he praises the C64 full screen editors, kind of like the Apple II had. And in certain cases, that is definitely, if you have to duplicate a line with a couple of changes, it's way better than edit because edit, basically you couldn't and you'd have to retype the line. But on the other hand, if you just had to change a couple things in a line, instead of having to cursor around up to the 1 year, you could do a search for the third 9 in a line and just instantly jump and change one character and exit out type thing. Depending on the type of editing, you could do much faster in edit. And one thing, and I know one of the commenters mentioned this too, and it's something that Tier City Retro Programming does that definitely is not the way I would do things. And I don't think most of us who took courses in basic and in school would have done, is he always numbers his stuff by ones. So if you have to insert a line, not only do you have to change the line number itself, you have to change any references with go-tos and go subs, etc. to change the line too. Like, don't do that because it just means extra work for you.
No
That's why they
inserts
teach
ever.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's why they teach you to number in tens. It's why the basic enhancements with auto line numbering did it in tens. That's why the renum command defaults to 10, because then you have room to insert. And if you do the renum command, of course, it'll like fix all your go subs and go tos for you too. So. Now, after you're done and the program's finished, if you want to renumber by ones, you will save a tiny bit of memory. You will speed up the first few lines because it's a little bit less to search through. So there is an advantage to doing that for speed and stuff if you have critical routines at the very beginning. But as far as editing in the first place, I would at least go by tens. I know some people used to do it by hundreds. But yeah, he goes through quite a bit of detail here about some of the the differences between different editors and the 8-bit machines. Including the full screen editors. I mean, in OS 9, we get the cheat. Basic 9 has like some wildcard search that replaces a line editor. But you also can just go into another window and run embed or something and, edit with a full screen editor to your heart's content. In fact, if you have DriveWire, you can edit your PC, download it while the CoCo's still booted up and just reload it in Basic 9 and run it. So there's definitely different ways to skin the cat here. But there we go. Check out his stuff here. He's got a couple games that are very close. Tales of Suburbia, I think, is very close. The other one he's already released. It's on my site and on the archive. I'll be adding his too. I've got a whole bunch of games. I'm so far behind on my website right now. Next up, Alan Huffman is doing at least a 3-part series of blogs based on a post by Erico Montero on the CoCo Facebook group. And Erica was wondering, could you make a transparent character so when you do a print on the screen, you'd reserve one character, say, leave whatever's on the screen already alone. So if you printed, let's say you picked your character to be 0, And so let's say you printed hello 0 world. So it do an overwrite HELLO, and then because the 0 is a special transparent character, it means whatever's on the screen already underneath it will stay. It won't overwrite it with a space like it normally would, or a 0 in this case. And then the word world afterwards. Now we have this in OS 9 on the graphics modes and a little bit of the text modes now too. It won't leave the character alone, but leave the color attributes alone and the blink attribute and the underline attribute alone. But Alan thought that's a pretty nifty idea. And he also has done some fiddling with how to hook into the BASIC interpreter itself, because the way Microsoft set up BASIC on the CoCo was it was to be expandable. So color BASIC has a basic print command. And then when you get extended BASIC and then disk BASIC, it starts adding in new hooks where it has to go through some code in the disk ROM first, like print number may allow paths up to 1 to 15 for disk files, whereas the original color BASIC extended BASIC only has -2, -1, and 0 for the printer, the cassette, and the screen. And the deluxe CoCo added stuff for like the RAM drive and some other things too. So that's always been the way Microsoft has designed these. So patching into BASIC and adding some new functionality to it actually isn't that difficult. It was designed to do that in the first place. So Alan decides to kind of go in and see if he can actually get that to work. And kind of explains like the fact that the embedded character codes you did on the Commodore 64 and the VIC-20 kind of did something similar, where instead of having to do a character string, whatever, to do some weird control thing, you could actually embed it as a character. And I think that CoCo actually has this on some of the third-party software did this kind of thing too, where you could do this type of thing, mostly on graphic screens, because you basically would use a transparency there. And kind of goes through like, here's some of the weird, you just have to remember how to generate these on the keyboard, of course. Like here's your clear screen. Here's your home cursor to the upper left corner. Now on the CoCo BASIC, I think we only special characters we really had was the carriage return, go to the next line, and the backspace, which would destructively move the cursor left. Now, if you're in OS 9, there's a bazillion of these things. You can draw graphics with them and circles and all kinds of stuff. So you can embed a ton of things that with escape codes. So it kind of goes the background of what Erica was asking about and what other machines did it and how they did it here. And even included an example of his own game that he wrote back in his VIC-20 before he got his first CoCo. And then it goes into a little bit of the assembly language code here to actually hook into the basic print routine to kind of take it over and steal it so we can check to do this new special edition and before it goes back to regular basic. That was part 1, and then he released part 2 here. And it talks about the care out routine, which is one of the few documented ROM calls that are official from Tandy and Microsoft. And then shows you some sample code in EdTASM. And bit of explanation. Now he's got a part 3 coming yet too, which hasn't come out yet, at least as of yesterday. So cool that he's doing this, because I think a lot of people have been wondering, like, how do I add stuff to BASIC? Because there was a lot of third-party utilities that did that back in the day. Rainbow published a bunch of them. A rather famous one is Colin J. Stearman did a whole series of articles on how to add a very enhanced extended DOS to the CoCo, especially since the disk ROM only used 6.5K out of 8K. So you actually had a fair bit of room to add stuff, and he added auto line numbering and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. And Alan's kind of showing you how that works. And if you want to learn how to do that yourself, because you can load this in RAM too. If you have a 64K CoCo, you can throw it up in the upper RAM right beside BASIC. Even if you don't, you can actually tell it to, parse through your code in 32K RAM or less, and then jump back into the ROM if needed, or maybe you exit from your own routine, depending what's being done. So I think it's a pretty good tutorial on how to get this whole thing to work, where you can enhance BASIC by extending commands or adding brand new commands or whatever else. Actually, Exile in Paradise in the chat mentions Jeremy Spiller added waveforms to the play command in BASIC with super play, where you can actually do like multi-voice and create your own waveforms and stuff too. And he added that as an extension to BASIC as well. So that was one thing I think Microsoft did very well in the design of extended BASIC, disk BASIC, color BASIC, deluxe BASIC, is that it was fairly easy and expandable. You weren't kind of locked in and just had to replace the whole thing. And then next up, we have another update from SpriteWorks. Once again, expanding the story, and this time there's a little bit of intrigue on Earth. Now, Ron, I have to ask you yet again, have you got any further information that you need to share? Have you received something in the mail yet?
I have received something in the mail.
Okay, did you want to open that live in the show, or?
Sure, I could, yes.
Okay, let me stop my sharing. I'll play this afterwards because it's more backstory, but I know you had mentioned last week something's come in, so we can highlight Ron.
Yep. Okay. Are we highlighted? Yes. No.
Nope, not yet. I think Mark's having a nap.
Hey, if you want to sneak something in,
Paging Mark.
ship it by
Paging Mark
Amazon,
B.
right?
I did open the box, and I have a letter that's on the top. It says,
Okay, we just wait. He hasn't highlighted yet.
Oh, hang on. Cat.
It says Mark isn't ready.
Oh, where is he?
Mark
Where is he?
will
Where's
be
he?
ready.
There we go. All right, there we go.
Okay,
All
go,
right.
Ron.
It says, classified eyes only, Agent Ron Deluxe. Enclosed, you will find the asset authorized by Ultrix Command. Its deployment is critical to a successful operation on Mirandi Prime. Your effective use of this device will determine the result of the engagement and the fate of humanity. Mobilize at once. Success rests in your hands. Ultrix Command. There it is.
Well, this was eyes only, so we have to kill you now.
Yeah. Well, here's
And what else came in the box is my next
here's
question.
what came in the box from Ultrix Command.
Oh,
I
except he
opened it
has
up
that.
already.
I love all the effort he's putting into this. This is awesome.
I
Right? This
didn't.
is
I didn't
cool.
have to struggle with the box because I already opened it. Okay.
Oh, it's got a
Ultrix
special.
Command. Ultrix Command is on it twice. Isn't that awesome?
Nice.
All right.
And you have a black ball
So-
controller of some kind.
In order to make the software work, which I understand is coming still.
Yep.
But this is only a controller in order to make
So
the
we can't
MC10.
play.
And this is for the
Yeah.
MC10.
Yes. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, it is very awesome. And it has a 4-pin DIN plug on the end that you can see there. And he's only made, I guess, two. One I have and one he has. And I
The
don't know
spinner's going
if he'll come on and explain how you can get one. It has a beautiful logo on here that is in part of the plastic. It's not a sticker. It
Right,
says
it's just
Radio
printed
Shack
in.
model MC10 TRS80. Has a
That is a
switch that
nice
says-
controller.
Yes, it has a
And
switch
is that
that says left.
Is that a
and right.
four-way stick?
And there's two LEDs there too.
Oh
You
yeah,
see that?
that'll be the next question. Is it analog or digital or both? Or...
Yeah, what's the plug on it? Like what
know.
port does it plug into, Ron?
What's the switch
4-pin,
to?
so it's got to be serial, right?
What's the
4-pin.
switch say?
Yeah,
It could be
serial
both. Yeah.
Switch says left,
Oh, left and right.
left and right, and up and down.
So we
Right.
still don't know
So
if
the
it's
joystick
analog.
only has it only detects two left
This
and
Two at a
right,
time, looks like, yeah.
up and down.
I believe that this is an otherworld device.
Yeah, we have no idea what it might do until
No.
it's
But
revealed to us.
I have my MC10 over here. I'll see if this fits on it. And you won't be able to see it though. But let's see, I'm gonna plug it in.
That could be because it's top secret still.
It's now
Right.
plugged in. And I turn it on to them. He says it works with them also.
His previous game for the MC10.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And more later.
And that's a very, like, it's basically a red ball joystick with a black ball instead, of course, and a real arcade button, plus the switch between the vertical and horizontal axes. Like,
really
that's
cool.
pretty darn good.
Oh yeah.
And Jim Gary's in the chat and he goes, woot, and he was asking if it's 4-way, but Jim, you got to make sure some of your games are designed for this specifically. He says he only had to wait 42 years.
It says TR Retro on the bottom. That may be who he had do it.
Oh, maybe.
It does have it's a really nice
Nicely done. I mean,
heavy duty. Yeah. It has 4 rubber feet on the bottom too.
I want one of them for my Coco. You know, just
Boy,
put
it's
another
very
bucket
nice.
button on it and I'll be
Yeah,
happy.
we'd want the 4-way one, but other than that, yeah, it's a
Probably
pretty
will
decent.
work.
Yeah, if you're
Now,
with routines for it, I mean, you have to read the Bitbanger port to read it. but-
I authorized Jay to come on, so I don't know if he'll do it or not. He said one day. Hopefully he will.
Yeah,
That's
I'd like
it.
him
You
to go
can
through
take
his
me away.
all of his MC10 games, and he seems to like the platform because he's
Oh yeah.
Got a few out here.
He should have set up a interview where he's in a dark room with a dim light, make it like an espionage interview.
Oh, right.
Well, I don't know. He's in a bit of trouble.
Why?
Well, that's what I'll be showing you. His latest video is next up here. So if, let's take over sharing.
We have.
And I'll play the whole thing here because it's only a minute and a half. But this is his latest video update to giving you the backstory, etc. And there's a bit of tension on Earth here.
Commander Mundy speaking.
Is this a bad time, Commander?
No, of course not, General. What can I do for you?
Congratulations again on a successful mission. We're all in your debt.
Well, thank you, General. I appreciate that.
However, Commander, you did violate a direct order and very nearly annihilated an entire race.
Yes, a race that not so long ago tried to annihilate us.
Be that as it may, orders must be followed and there will be consequences.
I understand.
How's your daughter, Commander? We're all hoping for a speedy recovery.
They say she has a long road ahead, but she's a fighter.
Well, I know she's getting the best care available.
What about Agent TJ? Have we heard anything of his whereabouts?
We haven't heard a thing. Unfortunately, Agent TJ is currently still missing and presumed dead. Good luck, Commander. We'll be in touch. Command out.
So apparently he's in trouble now for not following orders.
That's
so
right.
The intrigue continues. Do you have any inside baseball on this, Ron?
I do not. No.
Oh.
In fact, I thought to myself, you know what? I better go check and see if it's another one's come in because I know you're going to show it on the show, right? So I went and read through it, and then I contacted him, said, I just got the box in the mail. And he was happy it came, all in one piece, and it's okay. He's spent some money on me, and I feel bad.
I like Jim Rye's comment in the chat too. He says, "I smell an Oscar nomination." And Nick, I'm so glad you didn't bother doing all this kind of thing for Neutroid. Anyway,
See, I might do that.
Yeah.
Sloopy will love you forever.
The Neutroid. Yeah.
Anyway, that's the regular news that I have this week. And
that was your last item?
On the regular news, I've still got.
Oh, okay.
We got items.
Yeah. There's some game news, and of course got the upcoming events too. So okay, you guys should be seeing AJ and Tim. If I picked the right window. Love my whole cluttered desktop mixed with it, like I did last time.
Oh, the 743 icons.
Well, that was last time. I've got 812 now.
Oh.
Added a third screen to see them all. That's honestly not far from the truth, sadly.
I'm with you.
So anyway, I wanted to give a big congratulations, Tim and AJ. They've passed episode 200 now on the Sibling Rivalry show on their My Drunk Sibling channel. The 200th one was, I think, in a television game, if I remember. So I skipped that one. But just kudos to them for doing it. And episode 201 is actually a Coco game. Stellar Lifeline, which I think is actually a favorite of some people. It's actually an original game as far as I could tell. I don't believe it's a clone of any arcade game or a game on any other platform, where you basically are guarding a convoy of fuel trucks trying to go from one space barrier to another. And you're having to shoot asteroids that are coming at it and will collide with the ships, and you can refuel with your own ships if you need to. Later levels have saucers and other stuff that come and drag the things away and spreads your convoy out, which makes it even harder to keep it together. And it's an all-around fun game. And the funny thing about the episode is I think they played the game for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and they had a whole bunch of discussions on everything else for the other 25. So I won't play too much of it. I'll play a little bit of the gameplay for those of you unfamiliar with the game. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of extra content at the end. They're basically just watching the demo in the background while talking about anything but the game. So it's kind of funny.
Did they read the manual this time?
No. They kind of figured as they go along. They're kind of like the Amigos that way.
Are you AJ or are you the host?
I'm the both. And that's my brother. You don't need to worry
And it
about
is
him. He doesn't know shit.
way too early in the morning to be doing this shit.
I know. It's like, hey.
Yeah, they record multiple episodes in a row on a single day of the week here because there's been busy with other schedules.
Garden. That's one of them right there.
So by the time you hit the fourth show they're recording, they're on their fourth set of drinks there. It gets pretty loose.
No, they have sugar.
They should have sugar bombs.
And see, look at the oranges coming at you.
I think those are space.
I'm just waiting for where they actually had some gameplay here.
Me neither.
This is still demo. Here we go.
You know what you need to do with this deluxe, Tim? Is
fix it.
And this is one of the earliest games I think Steve did under his own banner, not through Datasoft, not directly through Tandy. It's licensed to Tandy.
I should have been an engineer.
But he did it under
because I
SRB
have great
software,
ideas for
which of course is his initials.
And it was released on a ROM.
That's not the one I just sent him.
Math skills.
Sorry, was that Nick?
It was a ROM cartridge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And what'd you say, Rick? I missed what your comment was.
Oh, I hope that's not the one I just sent him. Tim just bought a deluxe joystick from me, and now he's taking one off because it's broken.
I don't remember if he mentioned that. I think he mentioned that he bought one from you, or maybe we're still waiting for it. I can't remember. Because this was recorded in a
hopefully
block
he's still
of
waiting
4.
for it. This is the one before.
Yeah.
I would feel much better that way. Anyway, never mind.
Yeah. Now, this one we have played on the Game On Challenge, and I was going to ask Ken if he remembers playing it first of all, or has he played this game much himself and what he thinks of it. Because some people think the controls in this are too loosey again, but it's because it has momentum, so you don't just stop on a dime. You don't turn a dime.
Stop.
Yeah, you have to like.
This was one of the first games that I chose on the Game On Challenge a long time ago, and it was also one of the very first games I ever owned on a CoCo. So,
now what's your general opinion of controls in the game, etc.?
I have very fond memories of this game. I played it for hours as a kid, and the controls never bothered me. I thought it was cool that you actually had momentum and you couldn't just stop and turn around like in so many other games.
Right.
Yeah.
You actually had to slow down and then turn around.
It's like life.
Yeah. If you're moving down fast, for example, vertically on the screen, and you want to go up, you hit it up, but then it slows down, stops, and then comes back up. So it's got some real physics in it.
Yep.
And the refueling actually makes sense because you can see those white dots in the center of the convoy ships here, and that's fuel. And if you're running low on fuel, you can see the fuel gauge on the bottom. You can run up and actually dock with your own ships that you're trying to protect and just get the fuel off them. But you get points for how many of the ships survive, even if they don't have fuel. You get bonus points with more fuel, if I remember. So the game actually makes sense because a lot of time you get something like Scramble, you throw a bomb down onto a fuel tank to get fuel. How the hell does that work in real life?
Right.
And this made a lot more sense. It had physics. I really like this game myself too when I first played it in Radio Shack. Actually, it was one of the demo cartridges they used up here. It's got good explosion sounds and smooth graphics, and each level adds a few things extra to it. Like you get the asteroids, the first level, you get the red saucers, and I can't remember, there's mines or something. I think blue mines are in there as well. So it adds to it, and it's got multiple game options, 1 or 2 players, difficulty levels, everything else too, high score.
The mines are magnetic, so they will actually follow you.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's a really good game. I would highly recommend it, honestly.
Yeah.
And speaking of gaming, the next story, I don't have an actual link to it directly because it's not available yet. But Alan Turvey, who is the person known as Happy Coding on Discord, got into a discussion with somebody who was asking about his Asteroids RX game, which we talked about last week, because it was a game that he charged for on his itch.io page, and he did it as a port from his original Spectrum version. Paris Surratt is actually the one who did the port for him for the Dragon and the Coco. And I guess his tradition is on his other games is once he's sold them for a couple of years, the sales kind of drop off, and then he doesn't figure he's going to make much money off them, so he'll release them out in public. So basically you pay to get the game originally, so you'll be right on the ground floor playing it the first year or 2 is out, and then afterwards you could wait for 2 years to get it free legally type thing. And I know, Nick, you've done this as well. It's like some of your older games that used to be commercial are now freely available because you're just not selling them anymore. So why not? No. Why hold it back, right? So he decided after seeing some comments in the Coco Discord, and I think on Facebook as well, that, yeah, he's going to release this one. So this is one that he did called Asteroids RX, and it's a very close clone of the original Asteroids from the arcade, originally for the Spectrum, which has the exact same resolution and it's high res as the Coco and the Dragon do in P Mode 4, so it's 256x192. And Asteroids happens to be just a 2-color game, so it's perfect. You don't have to worry about color clash on the Spectrum, and it's the native resolution on the Coco too. So Parasrat did the conversion for that. It's quite a good one. We have covered it.
The Asteroids.
Well, I am now.
Okay.
Sorry. I was busy reading the script here.
Just
but basically, yeah,
wonder.
it's a really good one. He does have the option of playing it with the 2 different color sets. He's got some different modes like hyperspace, or you can have a shield like Asteroids Deluxe had. You got top 10 scores. It does the simulation of the vector graphics type thing. The sauces are in there the whole bit. And it's quite a good game. Now, I'm going to have to update it. He did send me a copy of the Dragon disc image version of it, because keyboard controls will be different there because of the differences between the Dragon and the Coco. And the Coco version, I've uploaded both to the Color Computer Archive as of Thursday. Guim usually takes up to a week to do it, depending on how busy he is. So hopefully it'll be up there sometime over the weekend. And it'll then be a free download. And I was going to ask Ken, I don't know if we really hit this situation before. We've played a game before when it's commercial. If it's free now, and then people that couldn't afford it back in the day or weren't around back in the day, would it be worth revisiting now that it's free for everyone? And of course, I did this right as Ken walked away.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Yes.
But what's your thought on that, Ken, or did you hear the question?
Well, Nick says yes, so I have to listen to Nick. No,
So
yeah, definitely. We could play it again at some point. So.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to do that or not. Like it's the exact same game. There's no change. It's not like
As I've said in the past, we have absolutely no rules. We have repeated games before, the ones that are more popular.
Oh,
so
cool.
This one, now that it's a free game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Because we talked a bit about something similar, which is if there's a revision of the game like Spy Hunter, it suddenly got I think the copter added on the latest version that wasn't on the original. So now there's some different gameplay. So that's a changed game. So that definitely made some sense to redo it. But if it's an exact same game, I didn't know if it was.
Well, free is different.
So. No, that was in the original pay issue. Because this came out in 2023 in April. So it's 2.5 years old roughly at this point. And when you did purchase it, if you happen to have a Coco Dragon and a Spectrum, you actually got all 3 of the versions in a bundle too. So. And he's been working on other games since. I don't know if they'll get Coco conversions because he's more of a Spectrum guy, but he's been doing like a really good Donkey Kong for the Spectrum that he's been working on for a while. I'll leave that up to you, Ken. And now, Ken, I was going to ask you, do you have a game picked out for Halloween yet? Because I know there's one that got released recently that's appropriate.
No, I don't. So,
okay.
Yeah, let me know.
I just did.
What? Asteroids?
No.
No, it was a couple shows back, I think.
Yeah. It's one that the Amigos are covering on their next episode for the CoCoNation in a couple weeks too. Does that help you?
I'll have to look it up. Unless you want to just send it to me in Discord.
We're on YouTube.
Neutroid Halloween edition.
Well, the game's already a nightmare, so that's appropriate.
There you go. I'm thinking ahead.
And playing it definitely is. Anyway, I'll just give you the quote that Happy Coding sent me directly, and his real name's Alan Turvey. Says, hey, Curtis, hope you're well. I just had a message from someone asking about Asteroids RX on the Coco Dragon for the CoCoNation's Game On Challenge, which we, like I said, we have played a couple years ago. I think it's high time I made the game available for free to the community. Feel free to archive it to wherever it's appropriate. I will send it to you shortly, and then he sent it to me. Credits are originally by Alan Turvey, conversion by Parasrat, and those have been uploaded to the Color Computer Archive. Should show up over this weekend or early next week, I hope. So anybody who didn't try it and didn't buy it off the first place will definitely get a chance to do so. And Ken, let me just send you a quick message before I forget. And then you can tell me if you remember the game or not. There you go. Next up after that, I'll go through this one to let Ken take a look. Expert Tech has released his DiscABEND made full video. So what he's normally been doing with his game disc, which are backups of commercial games on his various discs from back in his youth on his CoCo 2 with his amber screen monitor, is he's been doing individual videos on each of the games, and sometimes even some of the individual programs that aren't games on the disc. And then he releases a big compilation of basically going through the whole disc. I don't know if he records it all as one big honking thing and then breaks it apart for the other videos, or if he does it in individuals and then just merges them together. I don't know. But if you ever want to catch up on everything he's done on a particular disc without having to go through each individual YouTube video, one of these will work fine. And there's a whole bunch of games on this one that he's covered here. So if you want all of them, and actually, ironically enough, one of them is Space Assault on this particular disc. So he's actually topical with our Game On Challenge as it is right now, because we just did that one. Did you get a chance to read it, Ken? And he left again. Anyway. Next after that, we have the YouTube channel Hyrule Dove put up a long play video of the official Zaxxon port for the CoCo by Steve Bjork. And that is one of the better Zaxxons on any of the 8-bit machines for that time period. And he's pretty good at the game. He got well over 130,000 points by the end. He's 144.9, still going. And this is one of my favorites. I think out of all the official ports we've got in the CoCo, of which there's only like 4 or 5 of them, I think, in the CoCo 1-2 era, and then in the CoCo 3 era, we got quite a few more, like Arkanoid and Rampage. I would place this in the top 5 for sure.
This was awesome. Yeah.
So I am here. I was just trying to find reference to this game. I don't know what game it is that you sent me.
Were you on that episode? You might have been traveling that week, maybe.
I don't think I was on that episode.
Okay. I'll just tell you the name in public here if you're okay with that, just so people
go ahead.
That do pay attention to the show and know what we're talking about. It's called Spooks, and it was just released, I think, a month or two ago. I think it got 5 screen levels.
Okay.
And I think this is one, Nick, you commented was really professionally done. Sorry, go ahead again.
Didn't we do that one? I thought we did play that already.
No, Curtis mentioned we should save it for Halloween.
Yeah.
If you play the tape.
I showed it on the show before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't have very many Halloween thing games on the CoCo. We have like Fang Man from Tom Mix and that 13 Ghost clone. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head.
13
with
Ghosts.
The scrolling.
Oh, the clone.
Yeah, 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess it's didn't you make a pumpkin thing?
Yeah, but that wasn't a game. That was just a little graphic demo, kind of like what GB Jansen did, George Jansen.
Yeah.
We got lots of demos for Halloween there because even Rainbow published some of those.
Right,
but
but
as far as games
games
go,
like...
not a ton. Not a ton. And this is a brand new one too. So that's actually the nice thing because it's going to be new to everyone.
So where was it released to? It's not on the archive or anything yet, is it?
I don't know if it's on the archive. I know it was released on the Discord at some point, probably in the regular game channel, I would guess.
Oh, okay.
If I wasn't on Windows, I could run grep and tell you, but I'm on Windows, so I can't.
All right. I'll find it afterwards.
Yeah, it looks like to be a pretty good game. I'm trying to remember who wrote it. Somebody was on the CoCo Discord. Oh, 60 sent me something. Let's see what this is. Last gaming story I have. Thomas Sherry-Holmes put up this video here showing a demo of all the FujiNet platforms playing against each other in 5-card stud poker, including the CoCo. And this is kind of to show the fact that FujiNet is a fully cross-platform networking solution. And he's got Commodore 64, the Atari 2600, so the game system, IBM PC Junior, the CoCo, an Apple II, a Commodore Plus 4, and Atari 800. And he's got all the different camera hookups all linked up together so you can switch between them. You can actually see them, and you can see there's a little bit of delay sometimes to get the data back to the next person that's up type thing. But this is all like hooked up and playing against each other live in real time. And It's pretty impressive. I won't play the whole video here, and he might have some colorful language, just to warn you.
Okay, test recording number 2 with all capture sources active. I'm amazed that this is actually working. So we're able to take and zoom into each individual scene.
Now underline Tom Coco because Coco is the next person to play.
Different scenes happening. There's Apple II. You kind of go, we'll go here. Select it. Okay, great. Now we're waiting on the PC Junior. Okay, great. Or not, Tom PC, whichever one that is. Oh, it's this one. Okay. It's going to take a little while to get used to it here, but yeah. Where is that? Oh, there we are. I need more space. Now we're in Coco.
Unfortunately, the artifact counter was backwards, which Coco Town discusses in great detail, catching on the wrong phase of the clock.
Commodore 64. Looks like it's, I guess it's just waiting. Waiting on Tom. Okay. It seems to have futzed out, but we're capturing, so meh. Darn. Let's see if I can bring him back into the game.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, there were people.
It's typical demo. Something breaks.
Later.
We're all used to that. I'm just glad it was a C64 that broke in on the Coco.
Waiting on. Yep.
I mean, even when he switches the scenes, you can hear the different sound effects that each of the machines use, like for shuffling and for dealing a card and selecting a bet.
I'm actually amazed this is working. I'm so amazed this is fucking working. E4 plus 4. Hello.
There's that telephone language I was referring to earlier.
Yeah,
well, it is amazing it's working because these are a bunch of 8-bit machines from the 70s and 80s that have no right even to be on a network, and here they are playing a network, five card stud poker game together. On completely different CPUs, different graphics chips, different sound and everything, and you can actually play together, spread all over the world. And that's I think one of the things that is a power.
Oh, geez.
It works. And it does like a lot of the heavy lifting, so you don't have to do as much programming wise. I know he made a request for getting native OS 9 drivers for FujiNet at some point done, and he definitely got some queries about that, about exactly what he's looking for.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know what that means. What is native OS 9 FujiNet? That would reveal the secret of FujiNet, I guess.
Well, I don't think it's a secret. He's got some,
well, I mean, what does FujiNet do? Obviously some of the
it does a lot of the heavy lifting. It's not doing raw TCP/IP, and it's up to the Coco to figure it out, or the Atari 800, whatever. It's basically doing a lot of the protocols in full itself, and you just query and get the data back fully reconstructed.
So yeah, understanding the OS 9 driver would be the secret to understanding FujiNet.
Yeah,
I'd really like to know.
I know he's currently he's using DriveWire through the Bitbanger, and the new version of the FujiNet cartridge is going to bypass that and have an actual hardware cart, so you can run it full throttle speeds instead of trying to do the stupid Bitbanger, which is not quick and also sucks for multitasking. And I'd like to see, like I've seen he's done a couple of demos, or maybe some of the other guys in the FujiNet team have done a couple of demos using the Coco 3. Like they've got some of the newsreaders and stuff running 80 columns and stuff, and you can imagine what some of the games on the Coco 3 could look like, linking up with some of these other machines where we're much more competitive.
Right.
So anyway, that's he does a video there kind of demonstrating going through it here and going through the different systems, and then he shows them like all the systems at once. You can actually see, if you look closely, the cursor moving and making bets on certain computers to against hands, etc. And I don't know if 6E wants me to look at this live, so I just want to take a look here. Yeah, it looks like Marc Overholzer and Exxon Paradise both have posted the direct link in the chat on the YouTube and Twitch chats here if you want to get the Spooks game by Paranoid Cactus. I don't remember who that is in real life. Does Marc or Alan Murphy, remember who that is?
I don't know offhand. I posted the Discord one.
Okay.
So Alan, best up. I don't remember who did Spooks. Wasn't Paul Shoemaker, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Paul Fiscarelli, I don't think either.
If anyone we knew had that name, I would remember it. So,
but it's a very well done. Like Nick, I remember you commenting the game was very professionally done. It was smooth, good level design, good graphic design. I think you were pretty impressed with it.
Yep.
Geez, I'm just go ahead. Go ahead, Nick.
I've got a mouthful of breakfast. I can't talk.
Time for porridge.
Let's take a risk here. I'm gonna stop the share for a second here, just make sure whatever Kieran wants to check out is not going to reveal something it shouldn't. Oh, actually, he's kind of hinting that maybe we'll do it next week.
Cool.
It involves some hardware.
This is called a teaser in the industry.
Oh, that's cool. And you guys aren't going to see this till next week? I'll give you the title. And he actually says it maybe next week I'll have time to try the second experiment. This involves some hardware he's designed. And the entry is called Dev Diary Dragon Chroma Experiment.
Dragon Chroma.
Oh.
So, Karen, once you get the second experiment done, send me another direct message and I'll make sure we queue this up because it does look pretty darn interesting. There's a teaser.
Did he say that? Did he say it was hardware as well? Was it?
Yeah, he's actually got pictures of the hardware, but he's got a second experiment tried on. That's like a software experiment or a hardware experiment.
So electronics experiment, which
it's not super secret.
Is that something to change the colors on the VDG?
Oh, you're gonna have to attend next week and find out, Nick.
Yeah,
oh, damn.
That's why they call it a teaser here in the industry.
If Curtis was paying attention to Discord, I do pay attention to Discord. I'd have to catch up at big chunks at a time. He would have seen Kieran's spam links all over the place. Well, then all you guys should know because you're all reading Discord, right?
Not me.
You know how many places reading Discord involves?
Yep.
Yeah. Like trying to keep up with Facebook and its stupid algorithm of losing things. Anyway, that's it for the game news. Not a ton. Things did slow down after September was over and also slowed down, I think, as people are getting busy getting ready for, well, Canadian Thanksgiving, Halloween, American Thanksgiving after that. We got Remembrance Day. There's a lot of people are starting to shop for Christmas stuff. And I think things are just getting a little bit busier. People who have kids in school, etc. And Alan Murphy just says he knows what's going on. Go, Kieran, go. So we'll show that next week. I want to see the second experiment, and then we'll cover it all in one shot. Maybe, Karen, if you can, maybe pop on the show to talk about it. And last up, we got the upcoming shows. So let's go to those. There's one I added in that I forgot last week. My apologies to Franklin Harris. There we go. So upcoming shows. First one up is the Vintage Computer East is holding, or Vintage Computer Federation East is holding a swap meet October the 18th in Wall, New Jersey. So not far where Sloopy and everybody like Wingnuts has all been down at that museum we saw earlier. And this is a fundraiser for the VCF East show. Specific location is in a parking lot, and they have a Google Maps link to it. So it's not actually by, I think, where the main show is. And the Google link is, I think, right, that's vendor registration, but there's a link, GPS coordinates, which actually give you the actual coordinates, or you can use the Google Map direct link to it. And this is, like I said, a fundraiser for them to pay for VCF East itself. So it's going to a good cause. That same weekend, there's the Retro Computing Show and Tell in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that Bob Emery, if he's still on the call here, knows a heck of a lot more about it than I do. As he's attended this one numerous times, and I'm hopefully he'll be able to stream a little bit from here.
That's actually going on today, and I missed it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot today's 18th, isn't it? Duh. So the VCF East, yeah, you better be out in the parking lot right now if you're going to get anything. Sorry. So you didn't make it this year, or were you there earlier today?
No, I just came into work to do some video stuff and hang out.
So anybody else in the
think about
Dallas-Fort Worth area, though, you have up to 4 p.m. Central, which is, what, an hour and a quarter from now?
Yep, it is 3:45 right now.
Oh, 3:45. Okay, so 15 minutes. Run. And also this weekend, but going through into tomorrow, is the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which Tim and AJ had mentioned on the Stellar Lifeline show as part of their long discussion on anything but Stellar Lifeline, that they actually are attending it this year. I didn't know which day they're going, or if they're going multiple days. They're not having a booth or anything, but they were going to be in attendance. And of course, this is a show much more oriented on the gaming side of things, but there's retro arcade, there's retro home computer, retro game console, retro tabletop, all kinds of stuff. And of course, a lot of other things, that, including some actors and stuff from series that you can see here on their advertisement. But that runs today, and it also runs tomorrow as well. So if you're in the Portland, Oregon area, you still have a chance to get to this one. After that is the one that I just discovered recently, and that's a Retro Mania event. And this isn't just computers, this is collectibles, antiques, game art, clothing, crafts. So basically anything retro. And that's being held in British Columbia, in Vernon, BC, which is more into the mainland. It's not near Vancouver on the coast or anything. And this is one I mentioned to Ken because I don't think he's too far away. I don't know if he'll be able to make it to it. But this is on November the 8th, so we've got a few weeks to plan for that one if you want to. Next up after that is the Retro Computer Festival being held November 15th to 16th at Cambridge in the UK. And this year's theming for the show is gaming. There is a charge to get into this one. But you also get to see the full museum at the same time. And there's a second museum just within a couple blocks. That's kind of a history of technology, which is pretty cool because we looked at this last year. And I know some of the Dragon people are going. They were asking about what kind of games they should show off to show off the Dragon and the Coco. I know some suggestions already going into the Dragon Facebook group on this. Anybody that's on the Coco side of things, like if you've got some Coco 3 stuff, I know a few people do have Coco 3s in the UK, though it wasn't officially sold there. So if anybody brings that down, you can show some of the more modern games because we've got some pretty impressive things there from people like Nick. Like Zero Hour, for example. So yeah, it looks like to be a fairly fun show. It looks like it was quite well attended last time. One of the organizers, I believe, is one of the ones that helped organize the Dragon one. That's why that meeting is being postponed to the spring, because it was just too busy with all the stuff happening within weeks of each other. But yeah, you can go online, buy tickets for it. You can buy for the individual days. You Saturdays here. There's also the Sunday. Next step after that is this year's Retro SC, which is a general retro show in Brazil, where there's a lot of Coco and Coco clones. Of course, this is where Erico and Luciana Sharp and a bunch of others are. We've had streams from the show before. This one's November the 15th in Florianopolis, SC Brazil. I'm showing you the English translation somewhat of the site. Fairly well attended. It's a nice large. It's actually not too far from a beach either. If you want to try to convince the other half as an excuse to go to Brazil in November. One, it's probably warmer. And two, there's a beach. But yeah, they have a lot of different retro things there. There's a lot of hands-on playing. You can try all the different systems there. You can see a whole bunch of the clones of Spectrums and clones of Apple IIs and clones of Cocos, etc. that Brazil had, because they were trying to encourage all computer manufacturing to be in Brazil, but they wanted it compatible so you could use all the software that was already out there. So they just cloned everything and made, copyright law past the border mean nothing. And we've had some pretty good interviews with them in the past too. So curious to see what they're going to be adding in this year. I think last year is when they had new joysticks made, if I remember, to duplicate some of the original CP400 ones, which are kind of like Black Beauties, but designed a fair bit differently, sort of U-shaped. Next up after that, and you're probably wondering why I'm showing this, World of Commodore 2025, December 6th and December the 7th. That's coming up in Mississauga, Ontario at the Admiral Inn. As they mentioned a bit, scroll down. Like this started with TPUG, which is I think the oldest computer users group still left in the world that's been continuously running. They nominated kids 16 under free. Now, what they mentioned here is that while our heart belongs to the legendary Commodore line from the pet to the Amiga, we warmly embrace enthusiasts of all retro computer gear. And one of the sample pictures they've shown, I think, there was a picture of Neil Blanchard in the background, if I remember correctly. No, I can't find it now. But basically, yeah, it covers other machines. Some of the pictures that they've showed out here, you can see there's not just Commodores, there's all kinds of stuff. And Neil lives nearby, so he's been there a few times. And of course, it's got a tie-in onto us somewhat because the Super Pet was designed near here in Ontario and adds a 6809 to a Pet which only has a 6502. And there was an OS9 level 1 port to it as well. So we've got some cousin stuff going on there between the Super Pet and the CoCo. And this is actually, I think, would be a good event to go because originally they were going to have a World of Retro Computing show, which unfortunately the organizer had to cancel due to some issues that came up with him scheduling, etc. So they postponed it until next year. But I think they're kind of covering what would have been at that show at this one. So I think this is going to be more general retro specific than probably in the past. It's been much more Commodore specific. And I think last year they had attendance of over 500 people. So it's a decent sized show too. It's about 2.5 times bigger than a CoCo Fest type thing. After that, now, Mark, I don't know, is there going to be an official announcement in the Glenside group about the show that you'll be hosting in January 24th and 25th, the Tandy Retro Show?
Should already be there.
Okay, I didn't see it.
I posted in the Glenside group as well as the both the Color Computer groups and the Coco Tech group and the CoCoNation group. So I don't know if there's anything on the main website, but
yeah, that's what I was hoping it gets on there too, because some people just check the main website. So
there's a right where your cursor is right now. That line says something about January 24th and 25th.
Okay, planning the Tandy Retro Show. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Cool. Have you had any response to that yet? I was going to ask.
Not yet. I checked the email last night and I haven't seen a thing yet. So
Well, now you have one.
no, okay. I'll fire up my email program and see what's in there.
So yeah, that's
Anyway,
basically a virtual fest. It's something that'll be streamed online and recorded on the YouTube page, of course, and a wide variety of topics if it's like last year. And this covers all Tandy machines, not just CoCo's, correct?
Yep. Worked out really well last year. We're doing it again for the third year in a row.
Yeah. So for those who want to submit a topic they would like to talk about or book people for an interview, whatever you want to do that's Tandy related, send it to registration@tandyretroshow.com. Correct?
Correct.
Okay,
and
good.
it'll wind up in my email box.
After that, we have VCF Montreal, January 24th to 25th at the Royal Military College of
Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu.
Woohoo! Woohoo! I didn't even have to cue him for that one. He just teed it up and knocked it out of the park.
Fifth time is a charm.
So this is near Montreal, which is a great cultural place all on its own, but also the home of Sockmaster, who's planning on attending well. So I'm hoping he actually will do an exhibit there too, because he's got some demos he hasn't shown since PenFest 2000 and have never been publicly released. I would love to see the public take a look at. Are you planning on doing a table or anything, Frederick? Or are you just planning on attending at this point?
I'm still debating, because if I have a table, then I won't be able to visit as much, and I'd like to do a video walkthrough of the whole thing. So that's going to take a while. So it's going to leave the table unattended unless
2
somebody
hours
comes with
on
me.
and 2 hours off, and you throw a tarp over it. Yeah.
Yeah, probably I will. I need to dust off a lot of computers that are still in boxes.
Yeah. The other thing you could do is, like, if you and Sockmaster combine to share a table, then he can kind of cover it while you're out filming.
Right.
True.
And,
True.
Yeah. You
And
get the
vice
odd
versa
hours,
if he
he
wants
gets
to do
even
some.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And John's one of the, like, Sockmaster, John Kowalski, he's one of the smartest CoCo programmers I know, bar none.
I tell you.
I would put him even above Nick, sorry.
Hey.
He never wrote Neutroid, man.
Yeah, that's a plus, right? But I mean, John's helped me. He's helped Nick. He's helped a bunch of others. When you get into the real technical details, he's the one who published the whole gimme guide that Kieran is now hosting on his own site since Sock's original one went down. He's wrote the best demos that Coco 3's ever had. He's never been much of a game writer. He did make a Coco 1-2 game called Rat Maze. He did start a Moon Patrol thing just to prove it could be done with hardware scrolling and multi-level scrolling planes and stuff. But Twilight Terminal that we covered earlier, that whole ANSI BBS, he wrote that way back in the 90s.
Wow.
So he's done a lot of incredible stuff.
He can always answer any question you had.
Yeah,
So.
like he knows the timings of the gimme probably better than the designers of the gimme do. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Exactly.
Cool.
So if he definitely gets out there, you definitely should go meet him. I've only met him once at Pennsylvania 2000, the PennFest 2000. And yeah,
Who
he's
else knows
genius
him well?
level.
Anybody else know him well?
Well, Nick,
or-
you work with him even at PennFest, I think, somewhat, didn't you?
Yeah. No, we did a few little projects together over the internet.
Okay.
Yep.
But
Yeah, you
anyway,
did one for
he
doing
seems to be
video
a-
swipes and stuff, I think. Sorry, but
He seems to be a very shy person, because when I started to have a conversation with him on Discord, it's like the very short and sweet answers.
Yes.
yeah, he does not put himself out in the public, except for the whole Donkey Kong Billy Mitchell thing. He actually was one of the people who testified against Billy that it was a faked up video.
Well, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
He's a truth seeker there, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he's not very public. He's even shyer than I am. But yeah, if you can attend this show, I mean, one, it's a beautiful city from what I've heard. I haven't been there yet. It's the first official VCF sanctioned event in Canada, so there's that. That is historical, and you could meet both Frederick and John Kowalski. And like, who wouldn't want to do that?
Who on the panel is coming? Are you coming, Curtis?
I don't know if I'll be able to make it this year. I'm probably not going to be able to make it this year. Unfortunately, I was hoping, but I don't think the finances is going to work out for all that. There's some other stuff that's going on. Couldn't get my frickin' truck fixed, but
again,
just say you need a truck too.
You need an effing truck.
Yeah, I need a vehicle. Otherwise, I have to hitchhike all the way to Montreal in the winter. Which I don't want to do, obviously.
And at this point, would you take it to Montreal?
Yeah.
If it was in your driveway today and it ran, would you take it there?
Well, I mean, they did replace the one part, but it looks like that part was affected by a different part because they put the new part in and then it ran fine, and they took it for a test drive and everything was running good, and then they stopped, and then it did the same thing again. So something in stopping is triggering one thing to tell the other part to self-destruct, basically.
Oh,
so it seems to be a
geez.
programming issue or something like that. So they're
So do you have lemon laws there?
Do I have what?
Do you have lemon laws there? Where they try a couple of times and then give me a different.
Yeah, if it doesn't, just replace it with a brand new. Because I've talked to other people and I've seen other YouTube videos of people that have gotten the exact same model truck I have and have had none of these problems.
Right, exactly. Just give me a different one. I don't know what's wrong with this one. I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me a different one.
Well, let's put it this way. As of yesterday, they've had the truck in for repair for 2 solid months, and I only drove it for 2 weeks.
Right.
When do your payments start?
Well, I bought it outright. I paid for the whole thing up front.
It started when he picked it up.
That's worse.
Yeah.
You
That's
figured
why.
I'd get better service doing that because they have the money guaranteed and I'm not defaulting on the loan or anything. But
apparently not.
They're going to have to extend the warranty for me, honestly. They're going to have to replace a few parts. Like the battery's been drained at least 3 times to zero now. So
I
there's
mean,
no way in hell
by
I'm
now it
accepting that
needs to
anymore.
be a different. It needs to be a different vehicle by now. This thing has been beaten
pretty
up
close.
so
If
much
this
that it
next
is no
repair-
longer.
If this next repair doesn't
no
fix it,
longer
then
a
yeah,
new
I'm going to ask
truck.
for a brand new truck. If
No,
I have to wait
whatever,
another
what
4
they
months,
do.
yeah, just give me a brand new truck.
The battery's been beat up.
You should have
Let's
bought
see
a
if Ford
Dodge,
actually
right?
backs their products. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
You should have bought a Dodge. Is that right, Ron?
Well, if you don't mind 12 miles a gallon and
Well,
premium gas, yeah.
gas just went down to $56 a barrel. It's supposed to be $2 gas soon. So gas isn't a big deal.
Yeah, we're down to
anymore.
$1.13 a liter here, which is a
Yeah.
9
So-
cent drop from a week ago.
So gas guzzlers are welcome, especially those Hemi Hellcats. Yo,
I don't know.
mama.
I'd rather drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. So my 350 horsepower is fine. You know, that's on the street. That's plenty.
Yeah. So
You don't
yeah,
have
I'm
to
just waiting.
push-
They're waiting for the other part to come in because of the tariff situation right now. Parts are getting delayed, same as last time. So it takes 2 weeks to ship a part that normally would take
Right.
3 or 4 days. Stupid. But yeah, they're supposed to get it in this next week. They're hoping to get it in this week, and hopefully that will completely solve it. And then they have to replace the battery, extend my warranty. Or I'm gonna just say,
There
give me
you
all my
go.
money back, and I'll buy something
Yeah.
other than Ford. Goodbye.
Right.
If they fix it and they back it up with replacing a battery, it's been drained 3 times, etc., then okay, you're trying to make it right. I'll accept that. But not, then I'm gone.
So they give you a loaner?
Yeah, I've had a courtesy Bronco now for 2 solid months, and it gets shitty gas mileage compared to my truck.
Right.
Probably about 20% worse. Exxon Paradise says the real problem is I haven't installed EOU in it yet.
Right.
At this point, that might actually help.
Yeah.
And the last one I've got for upcoming shows, and if there's any that I've missed, please send me an email at curtisboyle@sastel.net, or you can put in the news topic suggestions under the CoCo Discord. But this is the last one I currently have, so sending me that I'm missing. And this is the first official Latin American VCF, which takes place April the 24th, 26th in Bahia Bianca, Argentina, which unfortunately is the exact same weekend as Glenside's Coco Fest this year, which is April
Right.
24th, 25th. So you won't be able to do both unless you're a jet setter.
Heck of a plane ride.
Yeah. So hotel's already booked. The hotel rates are locked in now. And if you go into the Glenside site, you can actually click to get the details on how to get the discount code. And yeah, so if you're in South America, I'd probably go to this one. It's probably a lot more local and has all the retro stuff. But of course, if you're a Coco nut, you should definitely attend the Glenside sponsored.
Well, they
Coco
do have
Fest
a new
that's been ongoing
program
years.
for Argentina. It's called Make Argentina Great Again, MAGA. Did you know that?
No. Does Argentina agree to this?
No,
That'd be my next question.
The president of Argentina was.
We're
at the
not
White House.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that's all the shows that I have that I know of that are upcoming, and that thus ends the news for this week.
I got to share something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can do it. All right. Are we up?
Yeah.
All right. See the controller there?
Yeah.
I put this. Yeah, I put this up on the thing. The two buttons next to the switch are screws. They're not LEDs. I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's it.
And does it
I
play well with
tried it
them?
on them. It works great. Yep. Yep.
Nice.
It's real nice.
And that looks like the kind of controller you could just beat the
Yeah, crap out of it.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid.
All right, that's it.
Looks nice.
Thanks.
That would be suitable for my gaming style. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Jim Gary said, only 42 years now we got professional joysticks and professional joystick games, and software promotion.
Exactly.
And honestly, his software promotion these days is better than most retro game systems for computers.
You know, what's funny is you see these MC10s for sale on eBay and stuff, and they're a little bit more than what they were new.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're definitely rare. I mean, Tandy only
Yeah.
sold them for what, about a year?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you see them without a power supply, and they're still the same price.
Like at this point, is there more Alice's out in the wild than there is MC10s?
I would say so. Wouldn't you?
Alice sold for
Oh,
longer, and then they kept doing upgrades like
probably,
the Alice 90,
yeah.
etc. Alice 32.
And they liked them. This
Yeah.
was a culture where computers were to program, not to play games so much. And so the Alice was usable in that world. I mean,
Wide
played-
World of Retro says, nice controller. I just ordered a new controller for Computer Connect. I think that's you, Rick. I think you have an order.
Oh yeah, couple of them, I think. Sweet, I'm running out, folks. I think I'm down to one.
You're talking about your
Time
deluxe is
ticking.
redone from the
Yeah,
PC?
the deluxe from PC. I'm down to the last one, I think. because
Mine, I
over
just
there-
need a couple of plastic 3D printed parts, and I think some of the button switches I need to replace, and then mine will be okay.
Yeah,
So I
no,
got 4 or
when-
5 here.
the button switches we have, so those are easy. And probably the little flip switches on the bottom that break, I have some of those.
Okay.
So-
Is that something
so-
that we 3D printed now to repair existing ones?
Well, you would have to print it just right because the shear lines, that is a highly stressed part. That's why they break.
You know, when the
Because the
CM8
craft
door,
joystick,
when the CM8 door starts selling, that's going to really be something. I
well,
think
that's a 3D part.
Yeah,
I mean,
isn't
it
it
curves
tough to-
in all directions. There's no good, clean way to print that part. I tried.
Yeah, so far they've been printing the doors already, like the little.
The little fix-it pieces, but yeah, doing
Isn't
the big
AI gonna help us?
tri-curved,
Isn't AI going to help with
a better 3D printer will help
Yeah.
us. But
Yeah,
that's
that's the big
AI
thing, 'cause it's a
guide.
fairly big piece. By the way, Wyatt, Retro also says, let me know. I do 3D printing. I can mail you junk. And Alan Murphy says, yes, there are 3D models of the deluxe switches. Anyway, that's all I've got for this week.
Okay, then. Is the button pusher with us today?
Yeah, I'm
He's
here.
trying to
Is he
get
awake
his-
is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reading the next chat that popped up here. These cocos are getting cold. All right.
Oh, by the way, I did post a link in the chat to those tiny amplifier boards from AliExpress.
Nice. Those are handy.
Yeah.
This concludes another episode of the CoCoNation, the world's leading live interactive talk show featuring the Tandy Color Computer. For all things the CoCoNation, visit us on the web at thecoconation.com. We'd love to hear from you. Send feedback, suggestions, even segments via email to show@thecoconation.com. The CoCoNation show would not exist without the community and its cast and crew. The CoCoNation theme song, copyright 2022, D. Bruce Moore. Mixed, mastered, and produced by D. Bruce Moore. The CoCoNation is over. Join us on the Coco Discord server.
Coco forever.
Okay. That does it for today then.
Yeah, I can go to my No Kings protest now.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye,
Well, not
folks.
me. I'm not here next week, but
Well,
I'm out of
sorry.
town.
We're gonna miss
You're
you.
not here next week.
I'll still get the news gathered up. So